We love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
I'm feeling fly, yeah, I'm so damn fresh. Got that platinum grill, bringing in the chest. Diamonds in my mouth, shining when I speak. That umbrella guy, flossing speaking geek. Ice on my teeth, I'm dripping so hard. Platinum grills, I'm the king of the boulevard. Throwing money in the club, making haters mad. I'm the baddest in the game, no one gets a pass. Ooh yeah. Crushing all these lines, yeah, I feel fly. Rolling on the dubs, that umbrella guy. Iced out flow on the boulevard. You ain't a comic gangster, don't be playing hard. Ice on my teeth, I'm flying so high. Dropping the bass, that umbrella guy. One drill to rule them all, one drill to bind them. Baby, I'm so iced out, gonna blind them. Rolling in town, I'm an army of one. Doing verbal walk-bys, blazing like the sun. Riding in my whip, crushing false accusers. Dropping off the bass on the real abusers. Yeah. Living life fast, no time for the slow. Justice on my mind, stacking up on that flow. Life in the fast lane, no time to blink. Ice on my teeth, watch it when I speak. Chilling on my rhymes, never missing the beat. Ice on my teeth, yeah, I'm living that sweet. That umbrella guy, bringing the platinum heat. Crushing every hater, no time for defeat. Ooh yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed. Man, welcome to It's Only Tuesday. Holy crap.
Feels like a year has gone by already.
I'm telling you, what a wild week already. I got polyflopped today. Did you get polyflopped today?
I didn't get anything today.
No, I didn't get anything to me. Again, to make this clear, I actually I had to clarify by looking on the docket and seeing if people had been named, but I didn't actually get the item itself. I got it from an anonymous source whom I'm guessing, I don't know, I think the name, I thought, man, that looks like an anti-account I've seen before. But what really told me that this thing was real was looking at the docket. You know, if you look at the docket, here it is. Let me pull this up here. You can see, man, God, I never knew that John Doe, umbrella guy, and yet female. You know, there's a lady. Yeah, there's a lady when they're John Doe. But look, here they go.
It's not the umbrella guy.
I know. I don't even know who that is. That's actually, you know what? Oh my God. You know who's going to be pissed about that? I'm not going to say his name, but you know who's going to be mad about that.
I don't actually. I don't know.
Yeah. Monte.
Oh my God. That's right.
Yes. He's like, that's mine. You know?
Swing Montegraph.
Yeah. Hey, she's making fun of you, buddy. Monty's gonna be like, holy shit, that's mine.
Oh God.
Oh my God, that's hilarious though. But yep, today she decided she's kept her Jane and John Doe's 1 through 10. Oh my God. Oh man, too. So here's a question, by the way. When we talk about the revenge thing, what do we call it? The revenge what?
Prawn.
Yeah, so I'm going to show the revenge prawn. Okay, I'm going to.
What?
You buckle up. Oh yeah. I'm tired of it. Yeah. Here.
Don't you dare!
Oh, I'm going to. I'm going to. I'm going to.
I just saw it.
I'm going to. It's going to be popping up repeatedly over and over again. It is. Yep. There. Yep. There. Look at that. Holy God. Look at that. I'm hosting the revenge prawn.
How could you redistribute it?
An awful revenge prawn. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I was thinking that would, I'm putting that on a shirt, man. I'm putting that on a shirt. Anybody? Oh my God, he's monetizing the revenge prawn. Oh my God.
You know, when I was typing that to you today, I was typing revenge prawn and the little icon came up that was a prawn. And I almost sent you the icon.
That's hilarious.
Prawn icon.
People have been saying it so much. I was like, dude, I'm making that into a shirt.
Is Wizzy Wheels in the chat? Wizzy, if you're here, I have just finished your Muppet. I'm sending it back to you, and it's one of the funniest ones I've seen yet. Just letting you know, it's on its way right now.
I think I made about 70 Muppets so far. It's like, oh my God, there's so many of them, which is fine. You know, again, that is okay. By the way, let me say this, since apparently the polymoppers want a polyflop. This is one of the worst. Oh my God, this lawsuit is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. But
I'm saving my live reaction for tonight because I haven't really read it. I've seen like screenshots.
Yeah, there were a couple of points where I was like, oh my God, Megan, look at this.
I know. And I was like, don't ruin it. Stop ruining it.
I was like, I can't help it. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's 42 pages of just blunderific nonsense.
Yeah, which means we're totally not going to get through the whole thing.
Oh, man. Well, it doesn't matter, man. You know what? There's tomorrow and the next day. Hey, this is quite the prize.
Yeah.
These people are some of the stupidest fucking people I've ever seen. By the way, she keeps saying things like, we said she created revenge prawn. No, we said she hosted, she disseminated revenge.
I said she distributed it.
Yes.
Which is what she did. I know who made it.
Yeah. Well, she knows who made it too. She says that in her filing.
And so do we. You know who did it. He's saying it. Believe me, I know he made it. Don't worry. I've got him. He's in the report too.
Yeah, by the way, interestingly, Facebook has now removed it as well. So there's not one report. There are now a couple of reports that go with removal. And again, remember, just to make this clear, the platform that you had it on, give me a second here, they said, quote, you know, and it, again, the thing about what they removed had all the people involved in. I mean, they was tagging them in, trying to harass them with it. But it said it was violent, repulsive, hateful, abusive, and Smexual. You put all that together, there's some revenge prawn right there. All the bases, 100% hit. So very hard to deny there. But no, the creator of, no. You need to get that right. If you're going to go file it, you need to get it right there. Nobody said that you fucking created it. We did say, however, that you are the person behind a Bully EXE, Bully Exterminator. So this wonderful site here also has, let's pull that up right now. This wonderful site right here. You know what though? You know, I'm actually quite upset. You know, I blame bad legal advice for what I've done here. You know, there was this thing I read. It was a press release. It was about milquetoast, and it told me that this other YouTuber had put together a discussion about filings, and I thought that was good legal advice. So I decided that I too could cover things on that legal advice. But now I'm being told that I apparently can't, that covering lawsuits now, it's actually harassment and more. Isn't that fascinating?
It's super weird.
Yeah. And also apparently if you show video or anything with someone else's image in it, that's apparently harassment. So let me understand this. If I show you off of...
I thought she wanted to be famous.
Well, no, I mean, her own stuff that she's put everywhere, all over. That's fine. But that's terrible, right? But the revenge prawn stuff that she was hosting on her channel, that these other people created. Oh my God. Do I have to really? I swear to God.
Well, I don't understand when you want to be a star of some kind, which she clearly does. She wants to be, she's like in beauty pageants and she's advertising for Netflix shows. She has social media accounts that are public, set to the public. So she intends for them to be seen by the public. You don't then get to turn around and say, oh my God, the public is making fun of me. Oh no, the public doesn't like my social media.
Oh no, the public actually commented on this thing that I said publicly to the public.
Right.
Oh my God.
Then say that there's you don't like the public seeing your stuff anymore that you put out in public. That does not it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't even matter anymore.
I know when I go out there in public and I'm on YouTube, I have a very thick skin. There are people who say nasty shit about me all day long. And you know what I do? I don't read it. I don't look at it. If people are saying nasty, terrible things about me, I usually just skip on by or I block them.
Well, like I said, I blame my legal counsel. I mean, for me, you know, again, I went out there and I thought this right here. I was like, well, you know, this probably applies to me too, right? Because why allegations would be meritless. Let's see what can I do? Okay, well, number one, the law, public figures, and actual malice. Remember, this person that we were talking about would be a limited purpose public figure. We have talked about this at exhaustion.
Absolutely. Podcast host. She had a YouTube channel before she rage deleted it and, fit. She had Instagrams and websites, and she's out there on the news and stuff. So let's put her name in here. Leslie Federigo's as a prominent public figure.
Public figure. As a Netflix
She's not a YouTuber anymore. As a Netflix star.
Yeah.
Right. To win a defamation claim, she must show a false statement of fact was made with actual malice. That is, with knowledge that it was false or reckless disregard for the truth. Now, ma'am, you complained in this thing that I made fun of your lips. It is an actual true statement that you have overinflated those things. You should definitely get that taken down. It's a statement of fact. And if it weren't a statement of fact,
I'm just like back away from the bicycle pump, back away from the bicycle pump, and you're like, I feel like that's trying to help somebody out. You know,
no reasonable person would say that those lips are the correct inflated number. You know, the PSI on those things is too high. And if you got out the tire gauge thing, it would tell you that.
She also keeps talking about how we said that she was we actually, first of all, she said we called her a disbarred lawyer, but she also made these other statements too. She said, she said that we said that she had gotten knocked up by an acquaintance.
That.
Well,
we also didn't call her disbarred. We didn't do that.
When we read that out of her lawsuit, we didn't agree with that. Actually, we said that was in the lawsuit, first of all. And well, we could see somebody saying that about the other guy, but you know, watch out. But
I could also see people saying it. I could see why people would say it about her, because if you don't have an understanding of how disciplinary proceedings work, and you don't understand, you might think that she was disbarred instead of taking a permanent retirement to avoid disbarment. It's a small distinction.
Well, she, but she says even saying that is bad, even though, again, her own filings.
Yeah.
You know, she makes, like this right here. Plaintiff has never had a criminal background, The plaintiff's ADA protection, The plaintiff chose to retire for a license to stay at home, Plaintiff requested for approval for retirement status to not hold her liable under this standard as a lawyer.
All right, there you go.
What? And on top of that, there's that video that
It's exactly what I said. That she chose retirement instead of a disciplinary proceeding. It was very clear. And also, that is my opinion of her disciplinary proceedings, and everyone's allowed to have that. She can say it's not true all day long. She can say whatever she wants. But I have my opinion, and my opinion is that, I think she chose her retirement to avoid the discipline from the bar.
Well, she has a video that she put up, but I'm going to read you I'm going to read you part of it that she put up. She puts it under her first. At 2 minutes, 5 seconds into this video she puts up, it says, "To whom it may concern, please find my petition for retirement." And then it cuts to a judge or, somebody supposed to be the bar. They're like, "Ms. Rodriguez, are you asking for permanent retirement in lieu of discipline with regard to your pending matters?" So you notice that there, in lieu of, or are you just seeking the administrative designation of retirement and will continue to assist in the investigation of pending matters? Okay, so her answer: "Dear bar, I never want to practice law again from what I've experienced. Yes, a permanent retirement."
She took the former and not the latter. She took the former, which was, do you want to permanently retire before we kick your ass? Or do you want to just retire and we're going to kick your ass?
And she says, yes, a permanent retirement would be what I would be asking for. So I see
no problem with what I've said.
Yeah, they have two choices, though. It's, are you going to, try to do that and continue on? Or are you going for permanent retirement in lieu of discipline? So two choices, multiple choice there. You chose the one she put it up on her own stuff. So what craziness. Oh man, this stuff is nuts. Ugh. So we do have a document here. I do want to show you like some sexy right off the bat. Like, for example, I thought this was interesting. Check this out though. I love this right off go. I'm going to skip back to the top, but I do like this part. There's the description of that umbrella guy. John Doe, aka the umbrella guy, is an individual believed to reside in Florida. How did they know I moved to Florida? Holy shit. Monsters.
Oh my God. Yeah. I guess they've been stalking you too.
Totally, man. I am totally upset.
No one knew that.
I know, man. I've been totally hiding out. I've been hiding out, and pain chips is got. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that gross. But and is a. I've never seen someone stutter in a filing.
If you know, you know, and if you is a, you is a.
a YouTuber with a substantial amount of followers. She,
How dare they misgender you?
No, I'm suing. I'm actually going to sue. That's counterclaims right there. You know how damaging misgendering is in this day and age. You are dead naming me, sir,
it's a
ma'am.
literal crime. It's a literal
You
crime.
are dead naming me.
How dare you dead name
How
him?
dare you bump those bicycle gums and misgender me? Holy shit.
Do you know how hard he has worked to lower his voice?
Oh my God.
He has been taking that testosterone for years.
Lord, I can't believe it. I like how they kept the
violence.
I like how they kept the Jane and John Doe's 1 through 10, by the way. Oh my God, let me check something real quick before we do this. I want to see if the statement about the knocked up thing is actually on there. Oh my God. Hey, by the way, I watch stuff so you don't have to was included here.
No
they got
way.
included in. Yeah. Apparently, so when they talk about hate groups, by the way, I figured it out. Look, somebody made a public face group called Legally Duck Face, and that's apparently the hate group.
Woman. She is really going to have to learn a hard lesson about satire. She doesn't understand. I went up, but you guys really should pick up my book about the Orland Park Public Library, because this dummy sued me for defamation back then too, for the same exact thing. Although it wasn't even my Facebook page. Somebody else had created a Facebook page called Sassy Plants that was parroting her little side gardening business. And it was so freaking funny. And she literally got her panties in a twist and sued over it. It wasn't even mean. It was just funny. It was just hilarious. And she, what is that? Oh my God.
That's I watch stuff so you don't have to, though. I mean, it's their profile on it. They did a picture. I mean, how dare they insult this wonderful woman's work? But this wonderful woman has worked on this, tried to make a beautiful item for it, and this is what she's claiming. She's mad though. This comes up in here, by the way, people making her, like, doing a depiction of her as a clown, like she's mad about that. So this is what she means with it. Yeah,
it doesn't look like one of those scary ones, like the one in It. It could be a lot worse.
Here's the
hey, you know what? You know how it could be much worse? I told
you this would end up in a lawsuit. I was like, you know what, like, So she's selling you like puppet is her. That's crazy. Also, you notice comment as Ashley Page. Isn't that fascinating?
Oh, whoops.
I like you screenshot that under one of those alts there. That was the alt that you were using that had the other stuff up there. That's one of them that that shared that certain video. Yep. Let's see what else is.
Oh, that's great, because now we have it that it's definitely her. I mean,
yep.
Awesome.
Thank you for clearing that up. Yeah, because look, she's done all of those in there. Before I get myself another migraine, who is this pout trout, and why is she sticking her nose into this? So look, this doesn't talk about any of us. This is asking why she is sticking her nose into the case. That's why is she covering that? So people are actually talking about her coverage, fascinatingly enough. Weird. And then somebody says she is a quote unquote permanently retired lawyer who's now part of the What the Hales group. Oh, well, way to prove that one. Let's see. Motion to seal. Okay. These are all open. People can cover court documents. She herself said that people are allowed to cover court documents. And
except for the ones that she seals.
Yeah, apparently,
She wants to sue. I love how these people don't want YouTubers to talk about the shit they do, and then they file lawsuits against YouTubers. Like, especially YouTubers who cover law cases. What are you thinking? Which makes me believe that they want this talked about. They want it talked about.
Oh, they of course want it talked about, So this is our, again, nobody has pulled the records on it, but this is, again, a filing. Okay, so I want to understand this, by the way. So when you put Jeremy Hale's divorce records on your site, that was not covered? I'm confused because that, she's brought that up in here and she's given legal advice saying that it's okay. See here, look, this is okay.
Yeah, wait, she's complaining about somebody putting screenshots of her divorce,
But
just
check
the filing, not the actual information inside of it.
Yeah, but here's her putting up the actual things,
the actual motions in the
yes.
In the divorce.
So she's mad about the exact same thing that she said was 100% okay and did herself. That's weird, isn't it?
It's very.
I kept saying, the hypocrisy is very interesting. Who will have the most fun with this new lawsuit?
Jeremy Mugg or some guy named Rahab.
Oh my God, there's going to be. Now, this doesn't even have anything to do with her.
What is it? Why is this in there?
Because she's part of the ecosystem.
But she's not in any of those.
No, but she's got to put those in there. Here's her cease and fuck. She of course didn't put anything out. They're all let's see.
Well, that's her public website. That's her public stuff.
No, but what I'm finding, actually. Oh, that's interesting.
What?
That's very interesting. She sent she included this in here. She included the sent to Megan Fox. She sent it to Stupid Dave. She sent it to Richard Luthman. She sent it to Bruce Madsen. She sent it to Michael Volpe. She sent it to Two Fleas. She put all of those in her legal filing, though.
That's great. They've connected
They've connected themselves.
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you for confirming.
Oh, I love it. That
you're involved in a conspiracy.
Oh my God. Why would you include that?
I don't know.
Why would you include that? Let's see if there's anything else there too. Let's see. Also, she has the cease and desist that was there as well. And that's it. You know what kills me? She also, she puts everybody into a category. Like when she'll, say these are my grounds to sue on. She'll say, I sent them cease and she didn't send me shit, woman. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You didn't send me nothing. This, this lady right here is offended.
Well, somebody sent me something claiming to be a cease and desist, but frankly, I don't know what it was because it didn't come it didn't come certified. I have no idea if the person behind it is actually the person who sent it, because the guy who allegedly sent it, her husband, well, on the bar website, he has a totally different email address. So how am I supposed to know what the hell actually is it?
I don't
know who sent that.
It's just some random email. So.
Well, right. And then when I try to contact him to be like, hey, did you send this to me at the bar thing? Oh, whoops. Shoot. I was going to use that for a joke. It went up there too fast. When I sent him the email asking to confirm it, I got nothing back. By the way, yes, I was going to share the revenge prawn too.
Yeah, I saw that back there.
Thanks, Brian. That's hilarious.
I'm thinking about making an army.
I love the double knives.
I am. I'm thinking about making an army of little revenge prawns. Let me see. Make me a Muppet.
Gwen, I totally did.
Prawn.
Gwen, I emailed him under the bar website email address, and I got no response. So I can't confirm. I can't confirm that alleged cease and desist was even real. I have no idea.
I mean, it's fascinating. By the way, there are quite a few of you today. I appreciate all of you here. There are over 3,000 of you. If you'd like to support me in my journey as a am I a man or a woman? I can't remember. In my very confusing journey as a YouTuber.
Tug's transitioning.
Apparently, I didn't even know that. That's weird. I'm mad though. The Umbrella Guy. That was my dead name. That's what.
Check it out. Check it out.
So bizarre, man.
Check it out. You've got a revenge prawn in the hat rack.
It's in the hat rack, baby.
Georgie sent that one. Thank you, Georgie. Hilarious.
Oh my God. This is okay. Let's look at some of this. I mean, this is it is a mess. So again, her first amended complaint, it's a fucking mess, dude. I have the opinion we're going to have about 19 of these fucking things at this rate.
Oh my God.
Okay, give me a second. I'm making it make me some funny prawns, by the way. So this is an action for damages in excess of $75,000. Exclusive, interest, cost, attorney fees.
Wait, it's not on the screen. Hold on.
Oh,
I don't know why.
It's not.
No.
Oh, did you?
It is there now. I just did.
All right. Thanks. I don't know why it didn't lock because I
unlocked
it and locked it again.
Maybe
even when you pulled up. No, when you pulled up images, I relocked. So it should have come up. I guess it got stuck. Who knows? Who cares? It's there now. So, again, just a note, it threw in, hey, look, they removed Ray Hip. So.
Oh, they finally got that part.
Sure.
Oh, look, they found his name.
Sure. I like it.
That was, it was only in about 8 of his live streams.
I know. So. I'm surprised they didn't misspell you and call you a hipster. Oh, my God. You just put it in so much, man. I know you made it so difficult for them, brother.
Very difficult.
I heard, by the way, that Darth Touch was alleging there was a terrible conspiracy that we have not been pumping up Ray Hip enough.
Yeah, apparently we stopped giving him I don't know, advertisement. I'm not really sure what the allegation is. These people don't know how YouTube works. And so it's hard to understand what they're trying to say.
Remember when they tried to get me and you to come on their channels?
Yes.
It's
there
all
isn't enough time in
it was all good. It was all gravy, baby. Then, but
right.
Okay, so venue, Orange County, Florida, because the acts and omission giving rise occurred. No, they actually did not occur at all. What the fuck?
No, the actions never occurred.
But you're talking about all these people, period. Any action that you want to allege, like, we don't even know who the fuck these people are supposed to be. So how can you say anything gave rise there? And you quoted a bunch of online groups. Who's making them? Again, she plans on those John and Jane Doe. She wants to silence random Facebook and YouTubers because they pulled up documents related to the cases when she said that's okay. It's so bizarre to me, man. Parties. She's like, she's an individual residing in Orange County. She's not a reporter. She never gained a significant following despite trying. Her YouTube channel, which one, by the way, ma'am? Which one?
I don't know.
Well, she's got more than one YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, which one? She didn't name it. She has more than one.
So
she did. I think she went on a deleting spree, though. I don't think they're gone now, right?
Well, actually, the Prism one is still up. So... Sorry about that. It's still there. But only 7 followers was used to post interviews at the request of an acquaintance.
Okay, but were they public? Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They weren't private.
What's so bizarre, too, she was saying last night, by the way, that she's not in a divorce proceeding.
She did?
That's apparently, that's what was reported over.
Why does she have a pending divorce?
I don't understand. I'm like, what does that mean? You still have it pending. So, I mean, it's on the docket.
Hey, Leslie, maybe you should go withdraw it then, because it's still sitting out there.
So strange, man.
I think her problem is she files so many of these things, she loses track.
There's some crazy fucking allegations on the titles of those, man. Jimmy Hills. Look, she's totally not changed the the thing about him. Individual believed to reside in Ohio. He owns and operates a YouTube channel of 750K followers, where he regularly reports on lawsuits he files. Well, actually, he's reported on the filings. Let's see whether there have been 3 so far, plus counterclaims. I guess part of those were dropped. So he has 4 so far that they've tried. They either have directly connected into, or that he was involved in. There's the thumbnail litigation. Trespass 5, even though he wasn't directly named in it, they named him enough times in the document itself. There was the PO, of course, and the federal counterclaims, which they dismissed 2 of 3 of. So, yeah, not all that he files. You should get that right. But again, you'd have to actually know something about the lawsuits there. Documents disputes he initiates with neighbors. Again, frequently disparages attorneys, represents parties adverse to him. You can make fun of people, as we've said, including making fun of their appearance, religious backgrounds,
Oh my God,
and other personal characteristics. Again, Leslie, I would like to understand, since you were housing those Hodunk Hillbilly videos, how exactly are you not making fun of? You put up a J-Hip video. The J-Hip video made fun of his personal characteristics. Are you saying that's bad? What about the Bruce thing you put up? You're talking about.
Didn't they say he had a head shaped like a pear?
they put it was like a horse something. I can't remember. And I mean, it was definitely going right after him. And I mean, it amazes me. She wanted behind the scenes. She wanted to be able to do whatever the fuck she could do. But when that got called out, you're like, oh, got to delete all that stuff. Got to make sure. Well, like I said, thank you too, because we did archive it, and we archived all the proof that will connect it to you. But also with you removing all of this stuff, you know why you removed it too. 100% why you removed stuff. His audience, again, primarily rural, with additional internet. I don't understand. Every time I read that, I don't get it. I don't understand it. His content has led to injunctions for protection by their various third-party content. Let me get back to it. That's that's my Temu rewind sound. For injunctions from protection by various targeted third parties. That doesn't flow very well. That's what threw me off, Yeah. In which the defendant Hales and George publicly mock published videos. Dun, dun, dun. So they go over George, and again, let's see. Okay. Has participated in the creation, publication, and dissemination of false and defamatory statements about the plaintiff, and is engaged in coordinated online harassment, as further described. Yes, she claims that there's there's proof of a harassment campaign. There's totally all this proof. It's like, what? These people are so nuts. Oh God, I love it.
It's
I
crazy.
absolutely love it. I do. I love the fact that they just allege shit that they have no idea. Like, can we prove that? So Jay's hip. There's a new guy, Jay's hip. Ray's hip has been thrown to the curb. Sorry, Ray. Is an individual believed to reside in Florida and is a you did it twice. Did it to me and him. Oh my God! Look, he's a too.
He's a she too.
Oh my God! Look, we're both she's. Oh my God, honey. J-Hip's a woman too.
He's transitioning.
Holy shit.
She outed him. That's a crime. You can't out people who are transitioning before they're ready.
That is so wrong, honey.
First she dead names you, then she outs J-Hip. For maybe he wanted to keep that private.
Man.
Sounds like defamation to me.
My gosh. I'm going to look up that name of that video about J-Hip, by the way. I do. Now I want to know. Look, again, I told you. I said Yep. I'm gonna make sure I get all of this stuff because this person is going to try to play the whole I didn't do anything. That's why I went and got fully
Except
exe.
it's all archived.
Yeah, I took every video from there, by the way. I didn't take names and bullshit. I took every video. I took the whole thing. So good luck with that. I'm sure all that'll play really well in a courtroom. You know, the judge is gonna be like,
"Hey, mother trucker."
yeah, the judge is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this is just this video where you do a nice interview." Wait, what? You're crucifying this man, and you say, I don't understand. It's so bizarre. Let's see. There's the videos. Man, where are you, Jay? Yeah, it's Jay Hip Horseface in Legally Leslie. So she made a video calling him a horseface.
Oh God! Oh my God! You know, I never quite realized before that he kind of does have a horse face. Jay, you're gonna have to change out the Muppet pear head for Muppet horse face head.
He's gonna be like, I'm so furious.
Where is he? Why isn't he here?
Oh my God. I'm having him on sometime this week.
That's funny.
He's got to come on. He's got to. I've got to get him on.
Yes.
I've got to ask him about that horse face.
Yamaha biker. Hey buddy, you know, aren't you glad you haven't been around in a while? You'd probably be named in this sucker. You know, I mean, imagine all the things you would have said. I mean, although I did hear your glorious return on Shizzy's show the other night, and I about fell down. I was on the replay, and I was so mad I missed your live because you haven't been on in so long. And then the music came on, and I was like, God damn it, I missed it.
You notice they left Shizzy out because you know Shizzy's such a. You're like,
yeah, she left Shizzy out. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he feels very left out. I don't know.
That's so sad. It is. I know he's upset. I'm gonna console him later, you know. I'm sorry, she. The way things are going, it's probably a she too.
You mean when we have our meeting under Jeremy Hales where he hands out all the cash for the
yeah. Here's your billion.
$1 billion. Yeah.
Here's your trillion, sir. Oh my God.
Jeremy's handing out envelopes of cash to just random YouTubers to do his bidding.
No, he was like, here's your Ferrari. I was like, well, why don't you give that to just Jay Hip? Why don't you give that to that horse face guy? I don't remember his name. Ray Hip or whatever his name is. Oh, Ray's gonna have a lot of fun with that one, aren't you, Ray Hip? Oh, this is funny too. So last night, this will make you laugh. So last night we had oh God, okay, give me a second. Okay. Ray, the Bone Crusher, was talking about what a great, lovely Christian that Lips was. Now I remember.
Oh God, really?
Yes,
now she's the good Christian.
But
really?
Don't you remember? Do you remember the live stream he had talking about how Christians shouldn't sue other people?
Yeah. Yes.
So, you know, while he's cheerleading, he's going to get his pom-poms out while he's been like writing with Bo. But I want to check that, you know, again, with something called the revenge prawn. He's going to be like, you know what? I'm really interested in reading that. Oh, my Lord. We had the umbrella guy. And then we just have the randos, you know, they haven't gotten around to naming you yet. You're just random people. They're just throwing names in there. They're individuals whose identities are presently unknown, but who participated in the publication and dissemination of defamatory statements as described herein. So, you know, just your random assholes online, you know, they're saying that you somehow too, in creating a Facebook group and having a profile where you look up documents, you somehow need to be included. So we get to the factuals, you know, and again, you've seen some of this.
Factual allegations is a stretch. Let's put it that way. The fact that the word factual is attached to these things is...
Oh my Hitler. 420. That's the mustache man's birthday. Just saying, not connecting anything.
It's
just
also
wondering.
when everyone sparks up a doobie.
Oh no, that's not. No, man, that's bad. You know what?
420.
My
it's
goodness.
A national holiday.
No, it's bad now. It's bad.
I didn't realize that was his birthday.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know that.
I knew a guy.
I'm not up on my. I worked
with a guy that. I mean, he would
facts.
He would make sure, like, you know, he'd be like, I can't come to work today. Why not? Because it's that man's birthday. I'm like, what? I don't understand. What? Yeah. He wouldn't come to work. It was not for celebration. It would be like for some kind of protest. I never understood it because
protest.
Yeah, it was like how are you protesting? We
should all get the day off for George Washington's birthday and that guy. Like, no, come on.
I just never understood it. But yep. It was, I just looked it up. So it was April the 20th, 1889. Yep.
Lord.
So, God. I'm not saying conspiracy, just saying, you know. Plaintiff observed a disturbing post on Facebook concerning a mutual acquaintance who was a reporter. Out of concern, plaintiff notified the acquaintance about the post. Dun, dun, dun.
I would like to object to the use of the word reporter in this context.
Actually, I'm curious about this anyway. So this would happen one of two ways. You went on YouTube and you searched for his name. Is that what you're doing? That's kind of...
No, she said Facebook. She said,
well, that's what I'm saying. You went online though. You went on Facebook, right? And you'd have to search for his name, either that, or you would be searching one of these things for what the hell. So why exactly did you run across it? Because
I can't imagine that some stranger's post about him would be in her feed.
Yeah, they don't, like, nobody cares enough to make something blow up with this idiot.
Like, what post was it? Did she put that in her?
I mean, really, let me
I'd like
look.
to see the post.
I'm actually going to.
What was this disturbing post on Facebook?
Yes, I mean you've managed to archive everything else.
Because I'll tell you what, I didn't post about him. I said I was never going to say his name again. But now that he's done what he's done, I've said it because I'm going to need to spell it right for certain reports.
I'm trying to see if it pops up.
I don't think anybody's really talking about him other than calling him Vomit.
Oh, my
and how
God.
would she know who Vomit was?
Oh, shit. Let me see. Actually, I know how to.
Maybe you could find one on April 20th. Can you find it by the date?
What I'm working it by the date. That's what I was thinking. God, they're a bunch of fucking victim narrative bullshit there.
Also,
it is. It's crazy. I don't know how to limit searches.
I don't know, but while you're
Facebook.
looking for that, I need to tell the chat. I burned the shit out of my hand today, and it is hurting me so bad. Do you ever put a pan in the oven that has a handle and forget after you've taken it out of the oven that the handle is hot? Because I, for whatever reason, do it every single time. And I grabbed the handle of a 400-degree pan with my whole hand. I am going to have a blister the size of a quarter on my finger and between my thumb and my entire thumb and first finger on my left hand is just wrecked.
Someone do me a favor. Actually,
dying.
Someone do me a favor. Go on Facebook, because I'm not sure how you do advanced searches there, and do a search for posts on Michael Volpe.
VOLPE.
Yes, make sure you spell it right. Look from April 20th back, because I want to see the amount of attention that those posts get, because I cannot imagine one getting that much.
That it would just show up in her feed.
Yes.
Out of nowhere. Oh, Rogue's on it. Rogue's on it.
All right. Yeah, I want to.
I am a natural blonde. Leave me alone.
Yes. When she tells me this stuff, I'm like, oh my God, man. Megan's not going to have any fingers.
Yesterday, I fell down. I fell down outside. I was doing yard work. I was planting things, and I had on these stupid flippy floppy shoes.
I was planting, including yourself. You're like planted face down.
I did. I was wearing these flippy floppy shoes, which was dumb. And I was laughing at something I had just heard on YouTube. I was listening to Shizzy. I was listening to Shizzy and Yamaha. It's all your fault, Shizzy and Yamaha. It's all your fault. I was not paying attention to where I was walking, and I was laughing, and I went to step up on my little step that goes on my porch, and I missed the step. And literally the tip of my shoe caught on the step and sent me pitching forward. And I landed on my right wrist and my left knee. And now my shoulder is all flocked up and my neck is killing me. And I just went to the masseuse. I had texted her today and I was like, if you have any cancellations, I need help. I'm in so much pain. But of course she doesn't have any and I can't get in.
Yeah, she was like, nope, sorry about your blood.
Sorry. She was getting some kind of tooth surgery or something. And I was like, that's no excuse.
You're like, what about me? You're like, ma'am?
Yeah, what about me?
Like,
yeah, I do have aloe, chat. I'm using it right now, but it really is not helping. It hurts so bad. Yamaha, you don't get to get out of it that easy by just saying that you take no responsibility. No, you are responsible. Something you said made me not look at the ground where I was walking, and I was laughing, not paying attention. It's all your fault, and I'm going to sue you, sir. I'm going to sue you for it, for my slip and fall accident. It's definitely Yamaha bikers' fault. Now that we're suing everybody and everybody's suing everybody else, I'm gonna sue too, and it's gonna be you.
These are just some of the most bizarre allegations I've ever seen. Some of this stuff that they allege are so weird. We haven't even gotten to that yet. Oh my God. You made Megan Fox burn her hand because of that. That's what it was.
Yes.
She was like so terribly stressed out and stuff that she almost sliced off her finger nubs.
Shizzy says he knows a slip and fall attorney in Florida.
That's hilarious. Man, I cannot believe that that somebody is listed that way. Again, it's under lawyers.com. It says slip and fall lawyer. Yet if they have a problem, I mean, it does. It lists it that way. I've never seen somebody listed as that.
I haven't either. I thought that was an insult.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, wow,
maybe
that's
we're
weird.
Wrong.
Yeah, maybe that's a classification. I don't know. But plaintiff is a retired lawyer who assists her husband with his law firm. Not in the business of reporting. Well, what the fuck are you doing then? What exactly do you think you're doing though? You cover cases, or you inserted yourself into this. You ran Bully EXE though. I'm wondering, how do you classify running that site? Again, that site blows my mind. It blows my mind you would leave that thing up too. Oh my God. I mean, when you look at it again, it has a solicitation button. Like, make this button make sense to me. Signed, notarized affidavits required prior to publishing to secure your bully-initiated unwarranted harassment to third parties. We will investigate and require all victims of bullies. So again, it sounds like you just called them a bully to initiate your bullying of somebody. We need you to provide a written statement to confirm this was an unwanted attack. So all you got to do is give us a right to us and we will attack somebody. Wow, that's a fucking crazy thing. Oh my God.
Okay, Rogue found something. She said it's possible it could have been the letter that he posted that was the alleged medical letter about Preston's adopted kid. It was on my birthday. Actually.
Yeah, but he said, okay.
On April 15th.
No. See, that can't be right though, because he said disturbing posts concerning. So that, I mean,
Yeah, well, because it was all this defamatory stuff about me. When he was saying my former friend Megan Fox has engaged in the worst kind of so-called journalism, and then accusing me of accusing Lynette of a thing I never accused her of.
Why would you have to notify the plaintiff of a post they put up themselves?
What do you mean?
See, that's what I mean. It reads as, I saw this thing and I was like, oh my God, do you know that's up? Like again, could you imagine this? Oh my
yeah, because
God,
she did
Megan.
say it was about this person.
Yeah, she notified the acquaintance
post
about a post.
on
Like,
Facebook.
oh my God, Megan, let me tell you about this post you posted. That doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe, wait a minute, maybe she means me. Maybe I'm the mutual acquaintance. It's possible that I had interviewed her once a long time ago. I don't remember it, but I saw something of him claiming that I had interviewed her when she represented.
No. She's saying it's about a mutual acquaintance. So that's got to be
me.
about Volpe. So, but she saw a
No.
disturbing post.
I don't think so. I think she means me. A Facebook post concerning a mutual acquaintance who was a reporter. But
she notified the acquaintance about the post.
Right.
Did she wrote you about the
not me.
post?
That's not me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so she
Okay.
wrote you and told you. See, that's the thing. She's, the acquaintance subsequently requested the plaintiff interview him regarding loss. I mean, again, this narrative is like, wait, what? Okay, so she sees something about, like without it being about something like that, it's got to be about Hales. Like she's telling you, and it's got to be a specific acquaintance and something there to the point that she wants to interview Jeremy. So it's got to be it's either Dark Touch or Paint Chips. I'm sure it's got to be one of those. Yeah, surely. That's just the way it reads. It's got to be, because again, if you saw a post about like something I posted, you wouldn't tell me about that, so that rules that out. And she reached out to whoever it was, so that rules you out.
That's true. That rules me out.
And it would have been on the 20th that she reached out to somebody too. So. All right. So the acquaintance subsequently requested that plaintiff interview regarding lawsuits filed. The acquaintance subsequently requested that plaintiff. So the acquaintance, that's got to be him, because she's saying, well, that acquaintance, that same person, wanted me to interview them regarding lawsuits filed by defendant Hales, because plaintiff was a former attorney who understood that legal case better. So she agreed to conduct the interview and maintain neutrality, posing questions to the acquaintance in the capacity as a reporter. But you said you're not a reporter. You said, I'm not in the business of reporting, but I did this in the capacity. Oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Anyway, I don't care. You want to read here before I blow a freaking fuse or something?
Are we on 8?
Yes.
At the request of this acquaintance, this unnamed acquaintance, plaintiff also attempted to contact another reporter, defendant Fox.
Defendant Foe. So it wouldn't have been that either.
Right, so it wasn't me. Who had previously reported favorably on Hale, seeking to present a balanced perspective. But she's not a reporter, so why would she need to present a balanced perspective? What interest would she have to do that? On April 27th, plaintiff emailed this reporter to schedule an interview, but received no response. That's right. I don't have to respond to people asking.
Yeah, nobody has to respond to you anyway. Oh my God, I'm going to totally sue you because you're... No.
Shouldn't respond. Shouldn't respond to my insistence that we have an interview, that I interview her, me, an unbarred lawyer, interviews her. Why would I want that? I don't know why. To this day, I don't know why I would want to say yes to that. On May 6th, 2025, plaintiff conducted the interview, maintaining neutrality and objectivity throughout. Was that when she played the revenge prawn?
Yeah,
I think that
I'm
was
curious. Like, what's the date for that?
May 6th. Yeah, that was the day. On or about May 13th, 2025, plaintiff was directed to a Facebook group titled What the Hales, where she observed herself being attacked by group members who are supporters and followers of defendants Hales and Martha or Risk. False and defamatory statements were published about plaintiff, including assertions that she was. Oh, hang on one second. Yes, good night, honey. Good night. Close door. Good luck, stream. Thank you. Close door. Little ears, little ears, little. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
And he's gone. Knocked up by her acquaintance, despite being a married woman, that she was an idiot and that she was a disbarred attorney. Plaintiff also witnessed defendant in the lawsuit filed by Hales being targeted in the group with hateful language, threats, and posts intended to damage their reputations.
Now, she's going to make those statements, which you notice she applied to other people. She's going to make those our statements after a little while. She's going to, in her claims, they're going to be
what we said.
Yes. And the only time those have ever been discussed, by the way, are when you yourself filed them in your original case complaint, because that you did put in, you had the same. Let me pull this up here just to make this very clear, because it's going to be like, oh my God, that's all I discussed that. Well, yeah, you put it in your freaking filing. So let me see the allegations. Yes. So she has people looking for those, wanting to see if those were real. This is the original filing. Give me 1 second just to note this. So when she's bringing this stuff up, again, that's the only time those have been discussed. They were not, again, they have never been attributed to us before. So,
right.
Oh my God, how dare you mention these things that I put in my
we
law.
explained the joke. That's all we did was explain the joke. It was like, no, nobody said that you were knocked up. I'm sure people were saying, be careful that you don't get knocked up because your associate has a reputation for that. That's all. And he does. Yep. That's true. That was a joke.
But no, I didn't see the proof of that attached, like that statement that was.
Where's the proof of that?
But an idiot. Okay, all right, sure, you're an idiot. Yes, I'm allowed to think that. And disbarred attorney. That statement has not come out of my mouth. I have talked about by your own words, though. that. So that will be attributed to us, though. So you watch how it becomes ours. Yeah.
Plaintiff, where was I? I forgot. Plaintiff also witnessed defendant in the lawsuit filed by Hales being targeted in the group with hateful language, threats, and posts intended to damage their reputations. These included accusations of criminal conduct, ridicule of their appearance, and anti-Semitic remarks, among other hateful content. And of course, that must be just about the nose.
Well, are you talking about criminal conduct? Are you talking about
you mean like Luthman, what he did?
Yeah, you talking about the actual criminals? Is that what you're discussing? Are you talking about people discussing violations of protective orders? That kind of stuff? Again, you're going to have to be very descriptive in that, because some of these people are criminals. Yeah.
Richard Luthman is a criminal. Richard Luthman did 4 years for extortion and kidnapping and all sorts of bad stuff. We've gone over all of it. He is absolutely a convicted criminal.
And the anti-Semitic marks, aren't you the same person again that crucified Bruce?
Put a Jewish man,
put a giant
role of
Jesus
on his face. You with put a giant nose, and then you crucified him.
Crucified him. Like, can you imagine again? How does that come across? That's not bizarre. That comes across as a threat.
Yep,
that's how that is. That's what bully exterminators put up. Again, I think that stuff is going to come up in court for sure.
Weird. So. Plaintiff was provided with extensive video footage of defendant Hales and defendant George, which had been published on Hales' YouTube channel. In these videos, Hales stated that he was not filing lawsuits for justice, did not care about court opinions, was again, I've still never seen this.
Wait. Yeah, but I want to I actually want to note this too. Okay. So she said the fair balance perspective, right? That she noted. Yeah. She wanted to come across fair. Okay. So this is her now defunct.
She was
portion of the
Fox
website.
News. Okay.
So you have, okay, we go past that. She has her opinion. She's totally allowed to have opinions on whether or not those allegations are right or not, right? I mean, you can have opinions on stuff for 100%, you know? Now, their only objective attempt, like, we were okay, we're good to go until, right? Until. But let's see what, okay, she puts up here. She'll put up emails. By the way, if anybody has written her, she will put up your emails. She has done that already. She put up multiple emails from people and did not redact anything from you. She even put them in this too, making sure to show you that she sent it all out to those folks, which is wild. But we have the background, which we have talked about with Jeremy Hales, which is nuts. You know, this is all tied to the same thing, by the way. We have some select items. We have the depot items, real insults. You know, one of the videos that's out there, you can guess who they're from. Police reports, very select.
Only against Jeremy Hales. Where are the police reports about
not just that? Nothing. There was nothing that violated, nothing that was followed up on. So they're all allegations. Like there is nothing.
Where are the police reports against Lynette Preston or John Cook?
Oh, there's nothing. That's my point here. Check this out. So Jeremy Hales published videos.
Not fair and balanced there.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing here. Okay.
What about Lynette Preston's published YouTube or Facebook statements about how John Cook abuses her daughter? You know, she
previous Hales pending federal. You know, again, select items. Supporters of Hales, got to dox that up there. What others are saying. So do you see any, and of course now we find out this. We find out that this that was attached there is actually running. So again, when you're talking about running this fair, balanced perspective, the bully freaking EXE stuff just blows that out of the water. And you don't think we can connect you to that? You think because you deleted some shit? Like I said, I archived everything. I made sure.
Including when you set up the website, whose name it was under, whose email address. Like you're screwed on that one.
You had the videos attached to your Talentville, though. You had raw videos attached to it. Like that. That's a real problem there. You know, you uploaded them. You uploaded them along with your pitch video where you were trying to get your own show. And then you deleted them, of course. Like right now, it's setting that Talentville. It looks like this. Check this out here. So you remember, and again, I have screenshots if I need to pull them up. But you notice now they're gone. Look at that, huh? So when we discuss them, of course, we're going to ghost them and pretend they never existed. Okay, all right.
That's not going to work.
It's not at all.
Forever.
You know? Also, you know, she has just given, again, I would hope that you understand this is a preservation notice. You better keep everything because I know that you're writing all these people. You included it in here. You included it here. You do have communications with these people. So we definitely need to see those.
Yeah, don't start destroying things now.
No.
Keep everything. You're on notice.
Yeah. Well, you know, Hale said that before anyway. So well before we're saying this now. I'm just putting my own name to it. If you're going to come at me, I'm definitely, again, I've archived the shit out of everything. I made sure it's all there. So anyway.
All right, you finish this. I have to go and get my burn cream. I have burn cream somewhere. I'll be right back.
All right. Don't plant yourself on the way out.
Okay.
Hale stated that he was not filing lawsuits for justice, did not care about the court's opinion. He was filing lawsuits solely to keep defendants tied up in court and to quote unquote drain and ruin them financially. I like how they never put in those quotes there. They just add in their own narrative. That's fascinating there. He expressly stated that his litigation was about destroying the lives of those he sues. And he broadcast these statements in ridicule to defendants of the audience over 750K followers. Now, what does that have to do with this lawsuit? Well, there's going to be a lot of allegations that don't really have much to do with that. Additionally, plaintiffs saw on Defendant Hale's YouTube channel thumbnails and video coverage where Hale referred to defendants in his lawsuit as criminals, mocked their appearance, made anti-Semitic remarks, amongst other hateful statements. So you say that calling someone, giving them a nose, like a large nose, that's anti-Semitic, but you did that with Bully Exceed. So either it is that. Yeah, either it is or it isn't. But calling them criminals, some of them are. Some of them very much are. You know,
kind of more than a vast majority of them are, actually.
And going with the mocked appearance, well, you know, you can mock people's appearances. First of all, you are totally allowed to mock an appearance. You don't have to be. People are not obligated to nicety. They do not have to like you. But it's funny that they want to make it sound like you should be nice to those that do not show you kindness. You know, they call you, what do they call him? The germ, right? They're going to make a kid's book about him. You know, we're hearing about little kid being told that they're monsters that live across the way.
Sick.
Yeah. Plaintiff was subsequently invited by YouTube reporters. Holy shit. Who were also named defendants in Hale's lawsuit to participate in their shows. Plaintiff conducted another interview in which those...
Who are the YouTube reporters? Certainly not the fleas.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be, right?
Hilarious.
I mean, maybe Boner and... I don't know, maybe paint chips. I'm not sure.
Paint chips. Can you really call someone a YouTuber, even a YouTuber who gets like 3 to 30 views on each video? Come on.
So dumb, man.
It's pretty bad.
In which these plaintiffs notified, and these defendants notified plaintiff that they were being attacked. This is so confusing the way this is written up, you know, because they're defendants in another case. So this person referring to themselves as the plaintiff in this talks about them as defendants in another case.
Oh, Lord.
It's so weird, man. It is so weird. In which these defendants notified plaintiff that they were being attacked by defendant Hale George, causing them harm and needing to voice their side of the events. Oh, man. I thought you had no following or anything else. That's strange. You know, how are you giving them voice? Welcome to my 2 people.
Yep.
I'm sorry, she said 7, I think. Following plaintiff's participation, Facebook group What the Hales resumed publishing false written statements that plaintiff was a disbarred attorney and made fun of her appearance, amongst other things.
Good Lord.
Oh my God.
Just randos on Facebook, or
randos on Facebook. She's going to sue randos on Facebook. Well, I guess, again, who else did she sue over that same claim?
I don't know, but Torin Raiders, welcome to the chat. Torin, good to see you, buddy, and all your Raiders as well. Those of you who don't know Torin, go check out his YouTube channel, because Torin does some really cool things, like, the foxtail braid is done. Awesome.
That's cool then.
He's making me a foxtail braid, and it's really, really cool. I went on with him on Sunday, and I built Legos while he was making the foxtail braid, and I learned a lot about him, and he's really an interesting, cool guy. And so go check out Torin 3 on YouTube, you guys, and give him some love. He's very talented. He does like medieval crafting. Very cool stuff. Just very cool stuff. So good to see you, and welcome to all your Raiders. Thanks for being here.
Let's see, where was defamatory statements. Immediately following that, plaintiff emailed defendant Hales a cease and desist letter attaching an affidavit from her state bar confirming that her retirement for legal practice was not Wait, I'm confused. Oh, I missed one. Okay, my bad. I missed this. But I was like, wait a minute. We went from the Facebook to okay. Look, here's HIP and more. So on May 19th, defendant Hales and George hosted a live video on YouTube soliciting donations and publishing false statements about, including the claim that she retired only to avoid disbarment. Again, your statement on that says that plaintiff requested for approval for retirement status to not hold her liable under the standard as a lawyer, and also made other statements. So again, people could make their own assertions about your legal practice and why you retired. 100%. Vanilla, so she writes again. Okay, immediately after, she emails assist and desist. After that, I forgot HIP too. My bad. During this broadcast, defendant HIP participated and discussed planning.
Wait a minute. In the amended complaint, she's still using the word HIP instead of his last name, Hipsher. Yep. Really? God, this is lazy. I hate lazy writing. If there's one thing,
she's copied pasted a bunch of bullshit.
If I'm going to be sued by someone, I really need it to be by someone who can write a lawsuit properly. This is just embarrassing. How come I get sued by all the dummies?
Well, look at this. Oh, we're going to get to here's
who can't even write a sentence properly and use
about
someone's
her private life. She's going to
her private life. You mean the life she posted all over Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, and then also filed shit in court that's sitting open on the docket right now for anyone to look at? That's so not private, ma'am.
But she says, okay, so she writes. And defendant Hales is like, see you in court. Then sometime in May, Megan Fox and UmbrellaGuy began publishing comments about plaintiff's private life. They continued to publish daily broadcasts in which they insult, belittle, demean, and make false statements. What, ma'am, is false? What is false? You show me the false shit that came out of my mouth.
Yeah, I'm going to need to see the evidence.
Because she's going to say, okay, here, look. Defendant Megan Fox stated that plaintiff created revenge prawn. No.
No, I didn't. I said you distributed it.
Yeah.
Go and find. And by the way, you go and find your evidence that I said this thing you said I said. You didn't. I noticed that she didn't quote me. And she didn't put it as an exhibit. So you find it. You go and find it.
Oh, it's going to get even more interesting.
You put it in your little stupid lawsuit so that we can see it and I can refute it.
Again, as I've noted, and I will pull up yet again, you decided that platforming something and keeping it up. You decided to take down an entire YouTube channel after this shit came up. But you platformed. And you knew there was a problem with it. You could see it on your
Facebook.
face. You platformed it.
And she left it up. Also, I am not acknowledging that this lawsuit is real, by the way. It is not real because no one has been served. So just FYI, none of this is real. Right now, this is a bullshit piece of paper that means absolutely nothing.
Well, speaking of Facebook too. Facebook has also acknowledged that this stuff is also it is a violation as well. But when you're looking at it, not just look at the takedown, but what it's taken down for. It was taken down months ago. But just keep recirculating the same damn thing. You were informed, ma'am. You decided, I need to take it down, but I've done nothing wrong. Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But listen to this. This is great. However, the revenge prawn, that total beast, the revenge prawn. I swear, man, poor revenge prawn. He's going to get a workout tonight. That revenge prawn there. It was created by a third party who is already mentioned in a lawsuit and public record. Okay, so they created revenge prawn. Now, plaintiff merely conducted an interview with the defendants in that lawsuit and asked them about the allegations, which is how the video was discussed. You played it. You had it as part of your video. It's up again. You know?
No, the
Holy
video was
shit.
not discussed. It was played. It was
Yes.
laughed at. And it was, and you did, and actually, I think she did it twice, not just like on two different streams. It was played while she was there, as far as I remember.
Additionally, the video in question was satire and not considered revenge prawn.
According to you, that's
Again,
your
YouTube.
opinion. That's
You were
like
told.
your opinion, man. But you were told how I viewed it, and you were told that I was basically going to find out about it and hold people accountable for it. So if I were you, and it looked like you decided, oh, I should take that
you purged
down.
everything right after. But on top of that, you were told how YouTube viewed it. And you know that's a problem there. But look at this. On top of it, this is plaintiffs. The defendants recruited supporters and followers to create online quote unquote hate sites. That's her talking about Facebook, though. She's talking about people creating a Facebook.
I barely use Facebook. I'm there to like find sources and laugh at stuff occasionally, but I never post anything. I'm like literally never there. In fact, something really weird happened to me last night. I about had a heart attack. I thought my Facebook got hacked. Because I remember I told everybody I was going to post the evidence video that I had on Rumble. And I did. As soon as we were done with the stream last night, I posted that to Rumble. I wake up this morning to a notification on my phone that says your Facebook video is ready to view. And I was like, the hell? I didn't post any video on Facebook. I don't post stuff on Facebook. I go, and sure enough, there's my video that I posted to Rumble the night before. I'm like, but I didn't post this, and it's under my account. And then I finally
auto upload or something.
I must, because I actually have to ask Rumble about it because I've never seen that before, that Facebook and Rumble are connected. But it said posted by Rumble on my Facebook account. So now I have to check. I have to be like, wait, what? Because I didn't think I connected them, but maybe I did one day when I was using the Rumble Studio. I don't know. Isn't that weird, though?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I didn't to have something like pop up that you're like, what the what now?
Yeah, like when you did, I didn't do it. Yeah. I actually didn't do it. Rumble, and it says right there, posted by Rumble.
That is weird.
On my account. I'm not sure how they got that. Yeah.
I didn't know they had auto that would post to your.
I didn't either. I need to ask them about it. I know.
Hate sites, though. Somebody sets up. So she's trying to say she was forced to delete all of her social media to avoid seeing those quote unquote hate sites. So wait a minute. This is what I'm trying to understand here. This person goes out, they platform Darth Touch, they platform Paint Chips. Again, Paint Chips. Woo, man, you talk about some bad news. People talk about that. She decides that she wants to get in an argument with the public about it when they comment. She's arguing with these people when they post. She's telling them that, any hateful comments, I'm going to sue you, for random people. And what is a hateful comment? Well, her comments to those people, it's anything she doesn't like, anything that disagrees with her. So she's arguing with randos there, and randos decide to talk about her on Facebook, and she pretends, oh man, everyone else has control on that. Huh? That's weird. So you, ma'am, you have control of when all these people over here that, like when 2Ls, for example, when they've decided to utilize your name to go after folks, when Paint Chips decided to take that revenge prawn, all of that, and to say this is a reason for you talking about it, saying you're going to report and get it taken down. That's a reason for doxing. I guess we can hold you responsible then. I mean, you hold other people responsible for shit they don't have anything to do with. So, I guess you're responsible for anything that it connects there. It's fascinating. So she also notes, defendant assisted and recruited followers to alter plaintiff's photo, making her appear as a clown with exaggerated lips, and located childhood pictures of plaintiff, which they further used. They used rather to further mock her appearance. Childhood pictures? Where are those?
I've never.
I missed those.
And I don't think you can sue someone for making you look like a clown. First of all, clowns are widely loved. Like I said.
Second of all, people are allowed to think you look like a clown.
Yeah, I mean that's like a very mild criticism, man.
Didn't the ecosystem put Randy Shunkett with a bozo wig and a bozo nose?
Yes.
So
it's not actionable. It's not actionable.
Well, I mean, if it is actionable, like I guess anything these people bring up and they say, this rando over here did this, well, we can tie to one of them directly. It's so bizarre,
Or worse.
Profit.
And also with the exaggerated lips thing, sweetheart, don't you exaggerate your own lips? Isn't that what you do to your lips? You make them bigger than they are. Lots of women do it, whether they do it with lip liners or lipsticks or fillers. You're exaggerating the size of your lips. You weren't born with lips that size. No one is fooled.
No, Megan, look, everybody must say nice things about these folks, unless it's say you, and then they mock you.
Right, then they can say whatever they want, and they can go after my family, and they can go they said all kinds of things about my teeth and my mouth and like all sorts. Fine, I don't give a shit because I'm not a bitch baby. Nobody's gonna you don't sue over that because it isn't actionable. It's not defamation. It's just your opinion about the way I look, and I don't give a shit if you think I'm ugly. I don't care.
So, cause of action, count one. Do you want to read?
Sure. Plaintiff realleges and incorporates by reference paragraphs 1 through 21 is fully set forth herein. Defendants Hales, George, Hip, Fox, UmbrellaGuy, and other individuals identified in the preceding paragraphs intentionally published and or republished false and defamatory statements about plaintiff on various social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. Well, I know I wasn't on Facebook.
Look, now this she's tried to make about us. So this stuff that she herself admits randos published out there. Randos, she has now, I mean, again, let's roll
defendants and their,
I just want to pull her, her
God, Tug's going backwards again. Somebody stop him.
I need to,
Stop.
So she wants to pull the May 13th again, that she says there are randos. She doesn't have anyone attached to it at all. There's just some rando out there, but now they become statements that we've made.
Okay, so on or about May 13th, in the Facebook group titled What the Hales, defendants and their associates published statements. I don't post there, so I think my entire
I think I published 5 things there. When these people want some shit, I do. But to say these things are positive associations, have you ever read some of the shit that some of these people post in there? Yeah, this is definitely not a...
there's a guy in there who posts horrible things about Jeff, and just to make us upset. And
that would not be an
terrible.
Existing group if someone like I'm going to say if Hales had control over it.
If I had control over it, I'd delete it. Are you kidding? I hate that. I hate that place. It's awful. It's absolutely awful.
I don't know if I would. I would control some of the stuff.
I wouldn't let anybody post anonymously, and I wouldn't let people post the crap that is posted there. Like there's so much stuff that's posted.
I would let. It depends. Again, if it walks those people into legal issues, if it's something that violates a site rules, then I would remove it. But the stuff that she's talking about, being called an idiot,
that's not something you need to delete. That's just an opinion.
These are ridiculous.
I mean, put your big girl pants on. This is adulthood. So falsely claiming that she was knocked up by. Wait, go back up. I didn't read that part.
Oh,
she was knocked up by her acquaintance, calling plaintiff an idiot and falsely stating the plaintiff was a disbarred attorney. These statements were widely disseminated among group members and the public. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. On May 18th, 2025.
I'll call you an idiot right now. That's fine. I don't care. I think you're an idiot. You know, I'm reading this and I'm allowed to have an opinion, and I think you're an idiot from this. Okay.
I agree. May 18th, defendant J Hip hosted a live YouTube broadcast, which was absolutely hilarious. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, during which he mocked plaintiff's appearance and falsely claimed plaintiff retired to avoid disbarment. Yeah, that's correct. That's a correct statement, though. That's his opinion, and that's what all the paperwork points to.
Yes.
And the bar asked you specifically, you put it up, that said the bar asked you if you wanted to retire or face the bar. What for the discipline? So how would you categorize that? I can't categorize it any other way. On May 19th, defendants Hales and Ritz hosted a live video broadcast on their YouTube channel with defendant Hip appearing as a guest. So what? During this broadcast, defendants solicited donations while reiterating the false claim the plaintiff only retired to avoid disbarment and made additional false and defamatory statements about plaintiff's character and conduct. Well, she needs to be more specific. I need to know which false claims she's talking about.
Yeah, it's just random. Oh, there were some false claims. What are they? What are they? What are you claiming isn't real? You know,
and what are you claiming is defamatory? I need to know. Defendants Megan Fox and Umbrella Guy published further false statements about plaintiff to their respective audiences on YouTube, including accusations regarding plaintiff's involvement in revenge prawn. Well, you distributed it, and repeated insults and false claims about plaintiff's personal. Stop putting that up about plaintiff's personal and professional
revenge,
life.
though. It is the revenge prawn.
It scared me.
Bad boys, what you gonna do when the revenge prawn it comes for you? By the way, again, if you enjoy this broadcast and you would like to support the channel, consider sending your breadsticks. I've noticed, again, this is going to be the way, again, this is their polyflop. They think that they can probably get their money numbers up, I really believe that that's the way that they do things. They think that when they're suffering on it, they need some new bad guys. They have dedicated a lot of time to some crazy conspiratorial bullshit. By the way, they did admit something the other day. I mentioned this yesterday, and I thought this was funny. So in the narrative about where they're trying to create this narrative where Jeremy Hale's apparently, he's running a conspiracy. And they said, with Johnny Depp, because I had talked to Adam Waldman previously, Johnny Depp's lawyer, that shows I would speak to a lawyer. I could get something from a lawyer. Therefore, that proves conspiracy. And I kept thinking, aren't you all talking to Bruce on your channel? Isn't he mailing you and telling you how to cover things specifically? Yes.
Oh, and isn't he directing? We saw in Shara's new video today, directing them when and where to drop Jeremy's divorce records.
Yes. By the way, you need to watch that. I noticed that with all the crazy and chaos that's going on, Shara's newest video is woefully underrepresented. It does not have enough views on it. So Shara's video has a lot of goodies in it. Oh, it's got a bunch of real.
And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but Shara recorded and sang that song that's on there. It's really good.
Did she? Was that her?
Yeah, she did. I asked her. It's hers. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It's really, really good.
Shara, actually, I've caught some of her work. I was kind of surprised by it,
I know she's got a nice voice.
Yeah,
she's a talented girl.
Well, in the past, when we would go through everything, everything was so crazy, like back when, and people would trade barbs and so that's the other thing I have to say for Shara.
We were just teasing.
No, Shara had, what? Those Shara put on her big girl pants, and she traded them back.
Yeah, she's so funny. She cracks me up.
I'm proud of her for that, because these people have shown just how fucking weak they really are. They love to dish it out. They love to try to do harm, to defame. They love that shit. But my God, if somebody talks about them.
Nope, they cannot take it. But Shara can take it, man. She's funny. She took all the joking. She took all the barbs, and she didn't get upset. She didn't file a stupid lawsuit like this. Instead, she figured out, I need to come forward with what I know. And no, you guys got to check out her new video though, and the song.
Here's that one, by the way.
Really
so you have. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up this screenshot, and there are many others. This is just an example of one thing that is located in there. Just telling you that you definitely need to check this out. So here is one screenshot that Megan's discussing here. You can see, oh man, here's LMNOP. It's more than 6. Oh, he's showing emails? Oh, he's showing, yes, blocking your name. I would love, by the way, I'd like to see like specifically what's there, And he says, start outing his divorce and sudden forced relocation from redacted to Ohio to redacted. Yeah. Look, he's told in response, I'm not sure I can do that. I have always stayed away from the family kind of thing. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Other people around there, they say, wait a minute, this is bad. This ain't good stuff at all. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
But directing traffic, that's pretty crazy, isn't it? The person who's telling them to do it is geez, what was the date on their legal contract? It was June, right? Give me a second.
I don't remember.
I've got to know something real quick. Okay,
I don't remember.
I know because I can find it. Give me 1 second. I have organized my stuff.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to show the chat a new AI creation that someone sent us.
Okay.
It's Revenge Prawns United.
That's hilarious.
And then there's another one. Hold on. Let me show you this one. Here's an entire mob of them.
Oh, my Lord. That's
it's
hilarious.
The Revenge Prawns.
That's hilarious. So he's doing this. What did that say? Oh, give me 1 second. I need to remind myself of the date again on that one. So this is happening July 30th, 2024. This is a month after he has taken over. This is her legal representative telling her to do this.
It's hard to understand.
Now but I mean, you think about it. You're supposed to have. We've read and referenced how you're supposed to conduct yourself when dealing, with another side of like another litigant. And yet behind the scenes, we have that. Can you imagine like Randy being like, hey, you know what? Blah, blah, blah. I can't imagine that. I cannot imagine, him saying do something.
I've never seen an attorney act like this. I'm not saying that they don't, because I've heard some bad stories, It's just I've never seen it. And it's so strange.
Nuts, man. It is nuts.
Oh my gosh. Torin just sent me a picture of the finished fox braid. It's so cool. Oh my gosh. I have to show this to you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at how cool this is. Oh my God. Torin, that is so awesome.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man.
Isn't it beautiful? He's so talented. And he has this, like, he built his loom and everything, because the looms that they offer for these sorts of things were too small for him, and he's a big guy, so he built one for himself. I love it when people have cool skills. I'm so happy I picked those colors too. That's gonna look so cool hanging on my studio wall. I can't wait for this. Torin, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you do good work.
He does great work. He's a constable too. I found that out. I didn't even know there was such a thing anymore. But he helps.
Constable. That's actually awesome. I always like that as a name. It sounds so.
Yeah,
official.
I know. It sounds so official.
It does. When I think that, I think
all about it.
I do. I think somebody that actually maintains It's because it doesn't sound like law enforcement or anything,
Right.
constable.
No, it's funny because that's the way he kind of explained it to me too. It was like he tries to be as non-confrontational as possible. He does service of legal documents sometimes, that sort of thing. But he was talking, if you want to learn more about that, you should watch his stream on Sunday that I was on with him, because he talks about what that process is like and what a constable is. It's very interesting.
When did she, by the way, provide documentation from her state bar to someone? You've not provided me anything, ma'am. You have placed items somewhere. Are you talking about on channels that I don't watch because they under
yeah, no,
your
she keeps
definition, it would be
saying
different.
that. She keeps saying that, but I also have not seen this provided documentation from her state bar. I've seen documentation from the bar that says she can't practice anymore.
Well, it's fascinating. Yeah, we had that picture. Again, I think we were very clear on what had happened with her. I thought
and
we
very
were pretty
factual.
damn clear. Yes.
I think we were
pulled
very
up,
accurate.
because we pulled up the picture itself from the site that showcases her. It shows her picture. It shows her status. So we pulled that up. And again, nobody here called you anything, but we did pull up your statements. So, she plays this game too. This game of, at one time, she will say, I'm not disbarred, but she wants it to say, I'm just a retired lawyer. She doesn't want any caveat explaining any of the why. That's the mess there.
And also I think it should be said that if somebody did say that she was disbarred and they got it wrong, that isn't malicious intent. It's a misunderstanding of the disciplinary record, right? That's not, and then they come back and say, oh, I was wrong. She's actually unbarred, not disbarred. Okay. It's a small distinction, but but it doesn't mean that you can just sue anybody who gets something wrong if it's an honest mistake.
She's trying to claim emotional distress, loss of
please.
business relations. Which business relations? That'll be fun because we actually will get to ask that. That is something that for me, I keep saying this, and I will say this very loudly. For me, the one problem I would have with Randy is that he is a nice guy. Me, I want a lawyer with very sharp teeth. Because, yes, I want a shark. I want a shark that deals with guppies. Because these folks, they have enough stuff out there. See, Randy is nice in the fact, and he has to be the way things have come up. For me, though, with them taking aim at me, I'm not initiating shit with them. They're initiating litigation, trying to make specific claims saying, first of all, X, Y, and Z happened that did not. But beyond that, too, they want to do damages, and they want to also try to they want to try this financial game. They themselves, they want to play where they intimidate people because they're like, I'm going to shut you up by doing this. I'm going to file. I'm going to go after you. I'm going to ruin you. No, ma'am, you will not ruin me. In fact, I will expose the truth just like I have. I'm going to dig deeper now because you have decided to try to say that 100% stuff is not true about me. Now I feel that I have to defend myself. She took what was essentially a day or two talking about the stupid that she was involved in. Plus, again, the revenge prawn. That is a very serious thing. When you are hosting this bullshit, you are showcasing it to multiple people. That is a problem. You were told it will take your channel down 100%. And apparently you understood that.
I want to show you guys something too, because this is really funny. Can I show something real quick?
No. Yeah, I don't care.
I'm totally gonna. Yeah. Whether you want me to or not, I'm doing it.
Forget you.
So today, I sent. I had reason to contact Bruce, which I don't normally do. But I just wanted to show you like how these people behave. So today I sent tonight, right before the show, I said, I rescind my previous agreement to accept email service since your harasser for hire, Richard Luthman, doxed my home and family. If you're going to sue me, hire the sheriff. Again, this is not an invitation for a conversation. A simple acknowledgement is sufficient. So he responds almost immediately. I sent that at 8:12. He responds at 8:13 within a minute. You're vile.
Megan mentioned this. I would have responded with, even though he got it correct. I want to say that you are, you I would have still responded. I would have just kept responding with, I would have put in YOUR. And when he responded again, I would have responded a different way, just like that. I would have just kept going because I forget him, man.
This is
He
the
plays
type
that
of
game.
This is the type of person he is.
Yeah, of course he is. No, what kind of person is he? We actually found that out again with the Sharp videos. He talked about, so in there, he talks about how he's going to process bad faith with Larry. He decided he was going to go after Larry no matter what. It's check this out. So they were talking about, here we go.
And us, by the way. He's been planning to go after us for a very long time too.
But with this specifically, he's talking about the thumbnail lawsuit. So he's asked about it, if items are taken down, if he removes all the pics, he doesn't have to pay, just like Feathers isn't going to pay. If he doesn't, then I could win or I will get compensated. And he's like, well, it doesn't, because he used them, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll sue DUI guy. We'll sue others under the same statute. So it doesn't matter if people complied with requests or not. It doesn't matter. It was bad faith.
Yeah, that's not okay, because he sent us letters that said, he sent you one that said if you took it down, then he wouldn't sue.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe you did replace the picture. You put a Gollum or something.
I kept changing it every day. I was changing Doug. I had a great live stream, like goofing off, like talking about it, and I changed it all kinds of fun stuff,
But like, it does show that he didn't intend to.
But it says you
offer
too.
that in good faith. Yeah,
and it had your name in there too. Let me actually.
And by the way, he never sent me a request to take down any thumbnails, because I think I've only used her picture maybe 1 or 2 times.
But we'll sue. Yeah, long arm statute, Fox 2. It's so simple.
Really?
$122,000.
Is that why you had to drop it? Is it?
He told her though. Look at him. Look at this bullshit though. Sitting around talking about all this money. This is why. I would love to see some of those stark discussions.
He thought that she was going to get $122,000.
She thought
he didn't read. He didn't read the statute right. He read it completely wrong, because there's an exception in the statute for news programs, any kind of news program, including YouTube. I mean, it doesn't apply. The statute he is saying applies does not apply.
Also, this is a fascinating one. This tells you how nasty this is a game. This is why I would never comply with anything after litigation. So, whoops, fucked up.
Oh, AJ's World, how dare you? Lawyer shark, lawyer shark, It's never going to get out of my head.
Oh, no. So here, he's talking about,
Lawyer shark.
Are we going to throw... aren't we throwing away every right? I have to sue these people for what they've done to me by doing this? No. We're going to go after Tat. We're going to throw him back. Who has no money and just got kicked out of his marital home. Look, they're mocking you, by the way, buddy. They think that's funny. Ha, ha, ha. Believe me, if he takes down his videos and parody, that plus the impact, it'll be a game changer. So he thinks that he could utilize anyone that would comply in the lawsuit, by the way. If you said, okay, sure, to avoid this stupid after you've been included in it, well, they would use that as some kind of admission against other people. See, that's ultimately, everything they do is bad faith. It's fucking bad faith.
Well, I'll tell you who's not happy about it. The revenge prawns.
Oh man, they are very angry.
The revenge prawns are very, very upset.
God, there's so much conversation in this, dude. He said, one of my favorite ones that was in. Or check this out again, people. You need to watch that video from Shara, but this one I liked. His video tonight he says I called Popo about poop.
What?
I saw.
Oh wait, but didn't she? We saw the video. Wait a minute, we saw the police video where he literally was asking her, "Where is the feces?
The fence poop
in the fence post holes."
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny. I thought that was hilarious.
If I suddenly go silent, I'm having trouble with my mute button and I'm having an allergy attack. And every time I mute myself, StreamYard doesn't want me to unmute. It takes me like 3 or 4 times. So if I pop out, that's why, and I'll come back.
You're fine. I think I'll finish down to here, and then we can pick up with everything. Again, okay. A lot of these are going to be her defamation person. Man, again,
her causes of action are pretty.
They are pretty fucking weak sauce, is what they are. They are. But again, this is, I believe they called this polyflop, right?
I think that she filed it specifically just so she could have it on the record to defame us, to have it out there to say, look at how bad these people are. And I don't think she has any intention of following through on any of it. I don't think she's planning on she doesn't normally serve people that she sues. She lets these things sit out there for the 100 and however many days, and then they just get dropped. And she doesn't serve anybody, and no one has been served. She hasn't filed anything for the sheriff or anything, so no summons. So there's no lawsuit right now. It's just the ramblings of an idiot full of sound and fury, but signifying nothing.
Well, it's amazing to connect again, just random fucking noise. Again, you know what amazes me? This is the best part about it. I was thinking about this today. So she's not culpable for what was done on her own stream, which she put out, left in the world. She made sure she hosted it. She was told what that was. That didn't matter. She was not culpable there. But some random people on a board you don't control in any way, shape, or form says something. I mean, Jeremy Hales doesn't cover that. He doesn't have anything to do with what the hell's. People have talked about how that started. And I actually believe that it was created at the very beginning, it was probably created by some people out of India or something. I don't know. It had some strange names, or it was made to look like that. It's potentially that it was made to look like that, to make money off of his name. And then God knows what's connected to it now. But regardless, no matter how you think that thing runs, we don't have any control over it whatsoever. She thinks that's actionable, but it's not actionable that she hosted the revenge run. I think that's kind of, I think that's kind of interesting, So, again, she says that through this, they were published to a large audience, significant harm, personal, professional reputation. Which personal, professional reputation? Who exactly? What are you doing these days? Subjected to public ridicule.
Doing professionally?
So you had ridicule.
Beauty pageants?
Didn't we hear about
Netflix shows?
Yeah, we did reach out about that. to find out if that is a real show. By the way, I'm curious. And resulted in emotional distress and loss of business relationships. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's actions, suffered damages, including humiliation, mental anguish, loss of reputation, and economic harm. So, blah, 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 and we will pick up here tomorrow. This is a long document, and again, Megan hasn't even read this thing.
Nope.
That's the funny thing.
I wanted to be, unpleasantly surprised and give you my live reactions. Tug's been withholding it from me anyway. All he does is send me screenshots that are.
I've not given her the whole document. I have not put the document out in the fold at all, Well, I had it come in. And like I said, I would have thought at first that all of this would be garbage anyway, but I saw the docket. So with the docket, that tells me that it's 100% legit. Otherwise, I would have thought, here's the funniest thing about all of this stuff is people did think it was fake. They talk about a conspiracy. They say, oh my God, all these people are in this conspiring together. And yet, when you look at how the lawsuit was found out, for example, we found out about it because Miltoast put up a video before it ever hit the docket. So getting something from somebody who's filed it, doesn't that mean, again, by their own definitions, doesn't that say that they have been conspiring, that they were in something to do something terrible? I like, though, let me redact something real fast. I want to redact something real quickly. Oh, oh my God, that's even better.
What?
I'm going to show you something, but not now.
Okay.
I'm going to show you.
Cryptic.
Oh my God, that is a fuck up and a half. I'm going to show you something good.
How many more of these can we have? You've called me like 6 times today going, oh my God, look at this.
Good. This is good. Shit. I gotta take a screenshot. I gotta send this to you real quick. I can't. I'm sorry, folks, but I don't want to mention it.
I think my throat is closing. I need a Benadryl.
You know what? Actually, they can't fix this anyway. It's already been put in a document, so it doesn't really matter. All right. So I gotta redact something before I show it to you. Okay.
All right.
But
it's so cryptic.
Oh, I know it's cryptic, but at least I'm going to show it this time. So, folks, yeah, if it was something that some of these jokes you have to have, make them last a hot minute, but some of it's okay there. So
Lady Tammy just said I need a Benadryl because the burn is giving me a histamine reaction. I've never read about that, and I just Googled it. Sure enough, it's true. Did you know you get a histamine release when you get moderate to severe burns?
I have no idea. No.
Isn't that weird? But you do.
I had no idea there. No.
It's a key mediator of inflammation, and its release is often triggered by various stimuli, including heat and cold. In burn injuries, the release of histamine by mast cells can lead to increased vascular permeability and systemic inflammation. And my throat is like, I'm like coughing and like I can't, I'm like clearing my throat every 2 seconds. I'm getting stuffy.
Is that what's causing it? Isn't
that weird?
When she signs stuff, like when she sent it out, okay, when she sent you the cease and desist, the signature at the bottom, right?
Was there what?
The signature at the bottom had a dude's signature.
Her weird picture. Yes.
Yeah, I've had to move it because I cut off a little bit too much. But no, not that. It had the guy's name, and it had what they do and everything. Okay, well, when she's forwarding this stuff out to these people, she's not just representing herself. Look at this. Okay, this seems really bizarre. Let me just throw this out here. Okay, I had to make sure everything was redacted because there's a fucking army of stuff. First of all, these are the people she sends this. She filed this way. I've actually redacted it. I'm being nice about it. All right. Something they do not do. All right. But she took your cease and desist that she had sent from the husband, right?
Yeah.
She sends it, she forwards it from herself. I redacted the thing because it notes where it comes from and everything too. She sends it to Stupid Dave, to Luthman, to Bruce, to Volpe, and to Two Fleas. There's your main conspirators, by the way, right there.
Mhm.
That's your main players. Look what's her signature, though. She's signing, her signature names her, and then she's advertising the law firm underneath it. So it's bizarre when you look at it, because when she sent you the cease and desist, it's noting the law firm and everything, right? When she's forwarding everything out, though, it's the same law firm, same everything, except she's decided to, she's not a lawyer, remember. She's retired, but she's making sure that authority is present there from law office.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of weird, hanky, especially considering what made this even. She put her personal info in this thing. She actually put personal info into a court document. Ma'am,
this is how you get people talking about your personal stuff.
You are an idiot, though. No, I mean, she put a lot of personal details out there. She put all these people's emails. She put some very personal details on herself. Plus, she put that site that referenced Jeremy Hales that kept talking to, she put all that stuff up on. It redirects to law firm. And the law firm it redirects to is the one that the cease and desist and everything came from. So you're not a lawyer, but you're talking about whether or not legally they can discuss lawsuits.
Yeah, well, she claims she works for her husband, and which she can legally do as a paralegal or whatever, because you don't need a law license to do that.
It's the representation of that. Yeah, but where's the line? Again, how are you not giving legal advice?
Her line is very thin.
How is having a freaking, let me pull this back up here.
I just want to show you something that the chat has sent me. Apparently there was a camera that caught me when I face planted outside.
Oh man.
And yep. Yeah, there it is. That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah. Though, actually, when you pan it over, you can actually tell why it happened. Did you know that? Look who did it.
Literally, that is what it looked like. I just face planted on my deck. The microphone wasn't there, but yep, looked just like that. Who did this? Which one of you did this? I love it. I think it was Edwin. Hold on, let me check. Who was it? Edwin. Yes, I was correct. Edwin. That was funny.
On that. PR 40%. Yeah, that's good. Oh, wait.
Bruce, get out of here. We don't need you here. No, you're not welcome on this stream. Stop. I don't want to hear from you. Why does he do that?
You know what, Megan? You're so vile. Oh my God.
Nobody invited you.
Actually, Tuck told me I'm again because you're vile. Actually, Tongue is a proper lady too, just like J-Hip.
That scared me so bad I fell over.
No. Oh my God. This stuff gets crazier every day, man. I don't know what to think about it some days. Oh no, I hear they're moving the body to the Crystal Cave.
The fuck is that?
That's the Crystal Cave.
What?
It's the upgrade for the Peens.
I don't even want to say what that looks like. I
know exactly what it looks like. That's what I'm saying. Now we're having crystals we're selling, and Oh my God, no, get me out of here. Hell, help me. I'm in hell. I'm in hell.
Oh man, I wouldn't stick your peen in there. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Unless it's a micro peen like Kurt, then maybe you can get away with it.
Lordy.
Just
Gross.
kidding.
Gross. Oh. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna read some super chats. You chilling or you out of here?
No, I'm gonna go and I don't know, take a Benadryl, lay down, and put some heat on my shoulder
Well,
and
make
some
sure
ice
anything
on my hand.
Make sure anything sharp or anything like that, it's away from you. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Will
right.
do.
Yes. Tomorrow, by the way, folks, we will pick it all up again. Yes.
We will.
Get out of here, Megan, and I'll
Right.
just see you, man. All right. So tomorrow we will continue. We could spend 4 hours, 5 hours talking about this crazy. Actually, we will continue to talk about this stuff. It is nuts. They also think that they can force you to not talk about current pending litigation or whatever they do. They can continue to do whatever with impunity, but they will file insane shit. Anyway, I appreciate you folks too. Like I said, you want to back the channel, tell people we're around, tell people we're live, tell people about this stupid. It's only going to get more and more interesting. I swear though. I mean, these folks, again, claiming their big claims through all of that. You notice Facebook, some people said that she was an idiot. Again, she says that I cannot find a screenshot of that original claim unless it was in something here that I missed. This is, again, the hate group that she's talking about, though. When she says there are hate groups that people put up, there is a Facebook group. This is a Facebook group. There were 27 people in a public group, and she noted that. She posts, again, J Cloud. What's here as well is her statements. So let's look at actually what's up in here. You have the filings that came from there. You have this that is her statements. This is the cease and desist. I can see the Miss Fox right there. So this is her post. It's fascinating. Again, she was looking at this through her alt account. But then she's throwing a fit because I watch so you don't have to. Posted the wonderful art, by the way. I enjoy some of your art. I enjoy it. But if you've not checked out I Watch So You Don't Have To, definitely check them out. They help where I don't have to watch a lot of this garbage. You know, they may not be able to make it through 5 or 6 hours, but they make it through some of it. They do better than I do. Considering I'll give you about 0 minutes. Between them, Jay Hip also does a very good breakdown of what happens in some of these shows. Has fun with it. But this is the quote unquote hate group and turning into a clown. This is apparently what we are somehow liable for, you know, because people, she didn't post herself doing interviews. She didn't engage the public. Wait, she did. My bad. And again, you know, she has there's the thumbnail where people are talking about her. Oh my goodness, they're talking about it. And you notice this is the post from the supposed hate group. So sue Jeremy Hales. Are they crazy? That says, sue Jeremy Hales. Are they crazy? The nonsense never stops in the cast of characters that join the anti what the hales. Yeah. So you see that. You see somebody getting taken out. It's crazy. Are they crazy? It's a question, by the way. You notice. Are they crazy? Question mark. So, and there is not a depiction of anyone that is real except for Megan Fox in there. That is her face. Then you have this that is cut off. We have no idea what that. Right? Then you have people talking about. So here is a permanently retired lawyer Instead of disbarred, it says permanently retired. That's not in the filing. I don't see it there at all. I'm rolling down through here. I'm just looking at the quote unquote hate group. You can see where the admin, again, these are publicly available documents. They are not posting anything that is not out there. And this is the docket itself. That is 100% okay. They talk about, again, court case, which she says, again, she's mad about, that people are discussing. And that blows my mind, because she herself said that any case is okay. But beyond that, beyond shilling and saying that that's okay, she did it herself. Again, you know, this is the archive of her doing this, talking about other people's proceedings. So her proceedings, somehow, you know, your proceedings aren't sacrosanct, ma'am. If other people aren't, it's either okay or it's not okay. And that's the insanity with it. These people showed what's on the docket rather, and we pulled up a few of the lawsuits. Although I'm going to really read some lawsuits going forward now, since this person's decided that suing is totally okay. Well, we need to be able to go through that. But again, that's your quote unquote hate group. You know, just claims against defendants by Legally Leslie, again, by her. So she's noting these are her statements that somebody has posted. I guess it is hate. Or is what you're saying hate? Is that what we're told? And again, you know, you have her situation where she's the person who filed that, by the way. Huh? You have Megan Fox talking about who's going to have the most fun with the lawsuit. Then from there, I mean, again, we don't have any screenshots, though, of people calling her an idiot. We don't have any screenshots of somebody talking about her being knocked up. There's no proof that that even exists. So we have yet to even see that. And no, I don't take any of their word for it. You know, take their word for it. No, thank you. No, thank you. I've seen what their word does. And no. Cheryl, by the way, I'll kick this off there. Thanks for the 10. It's for a surprise, prawn. Indeed. Thank you for that, by the way. And thank you all the time. I appreciate you. Lori kicks it up over here with the 5 giftos. Thank you, Lori, kicking that off. Appreciate that. Right after that, too. Look, the giftos fall in. Maybe not. Drops another 10. So you folks, 15 gifted memberships right from there. That's amazing. Thank you all. Again, Cheryl, thank you too. Love to you. Maybe not. Lori, all of you, thank you. Green Veggies, thanks for the 5. You made me myself. I'm going to sue. You made me Muppet myself. That's funny. And if you believe that, I have some waterfront property. Arizona, I can sell you. Indeed. Indeed. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership too. Thank you, Fallen Hero. There's 16 rolled in. I love it. Like I said, I love it when gifted memberships, because again, every Muppet in the chat say, oh. So, what is stupid. Max Lab, thanks for the 2 there. Appreciate you, Max Lab. Hey, Tug. Hey, return to you, my friend. I hope you're having a great one, too. Oh, Sticky. Thanks for the 2 there. Hello, Megan and Tug. I'm back. Hey, Sticky. Not a party without the widgets. We toast. Even toast can get Muppet defamation. That's hilarious. I need to do a sexy toast. That is really funny. I love it. Sammy, thanks for the 2 there. Muggerama time. Thank you. I'm thinking about doing a revenge prawn shirt, though. I really am. Just putting the prawn on one. I think that might be really funny. You know, I love that idea. Do y'all like that idea? I think it's kind of funny. You know, that way you can take something terrible and you can make it laughable. I don't know. because what they have done there is pretty fucking awful stuff. They've continually gone out and shared something awful. And I think being able to take away the teeth out of it, as it were. You know, I was working on something else, too. You want to see something funny? So the other night I said that somebody that looks like they would lure kids to gingerbread houses shouldn't be talking about me and children, you know. So I thought maybe some no more gingerbread houses. I swear, man, these folks, they say some nasty shit, you know. They are crazy. They are absolutely crazy. I have my favorites. Things to do. The haters can flock off. Breadstick money. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Sean, bro, thanks for the 10. Tug, tonsil triplets were real. Yeah, you didn't know that? The mini rings were a clue? Yeah, fooled us all. Yes, indeed. You didn't know. You didn't know until today, did you? You thought it was parody. Franny, thanks for the 2. My first breadstick for you. Greetings from Holland. Hey, thank you, Franny. I appreciate that. And greetings return from apparently Florida. Pokemon, thanks for the 5. I'm a Muppet warrior. The war is on. Indeed. Thank you. Thank you to my Muppets. I appreciate it. Oh, my Muppets say ho, ho. That's going to be stuck in my brain. AKA the cat lady. Thanks for the 2 there. My cat Army and I are running. I saw you. Oh, I saw that picture. It did. My message didn't go through. You know, you messaged me and said, you know, oh, I got that. I loved it. I like that picture. That was great. Look at the thumbnail. Look at that. That's a great picture. I love it. Uncle Nay, thanks for the 5. Is Revengetron, or rather in Revengetron, does the MCP win? Oh, no. Revengetron. I like that, by the way. Yeah. What I really don't get with all of this insanity is it is allowed, you know, through this, a court would get to look at what has happened. They get to look at the video that was hosted. That also, it stayed up for weeks. They would get to look at that and the decisions. You know, Facebook has now come down and said no. Like that has also been removed. So you have Facebook removing this crap. You also have on top of that, you have YouTube. They've removed it. So, I mean, it would not play well. Again, as I've said, you know, if they're going to mess around, the first thing I'm going to do is go for anti-slap. That would be, you know, free speech, straight up. In here, they do not get to say, oh man, this is a Florida. No, ma'am, this is not a Florida case. You know, we are not playing by. This did not all happen in Florida, as you say. So when you go by the statutes, you can't even say. What's really fascinating about this is you can't even say who the players. You named 10 randos who you're just like, these 10 people. Again, they're just placeholder names. But you want to say it all happened? No. Anti-slap would be the first move that I would make off of that. And with anti-slap, again, if I win, I get attorney fees. And the attorney fees, yeah, you know what I'm going to do, again, is I'm going to ask for help with any kind of litigation. When it gets to that point, we would go with that. And I'm sure that we would do very well with that. But that person, they have put up many lawsuits that they've not followed through with, because ultimately you have a real problem with this one. You have a real problem. And, you know, you're not just going to get hit by one person. You think about this. You allege some inane conspiracy about random Facebook users. I mean, people that you think have had contact? How exactly are they conspiring together? Well, you have no idea. You just made up some shit and said, well, they're all in a conspiracy together. Meanwhile, we're supposed to ignore the fact that, again, she sends out emails to all of those ecosystem folks and filed it. I mean, she made sure. What again blows my mind isn't the cease and desist that she included. Again, it was the fact that in the lawsuit itself, she includes her forwarding it from herself, which I redacted off of there, to all of these folks. She didn't just put in the cease and desist. That's all you had to do, ma'am. But stupidly, she puts in something that shows. Again, that's how stupid Dave ends up with it, because look at this. I mean, she's direct mailing his ass, of course. And you know what fascinates me about that too? There's two parties, by the way. And we're talking about this real quick. There's two parties that she did press releases for, and they're the two parties that actually promoted bully exterminators. They have that close contact. I mean, wow, man. You just keep... But of course, anytime you bring this stuff up, they're like, oh my God, that Tug, he sees his pieces and it just tries to make them fit. Well, they fit pretty well from what I gather. So, my favorites thinks so too. Show more of the revenge, bro. Look at him, man. He is... I mean... You have to actually admit. Now, he's got some scrawny arms, I do have to say. But, I mean, granted, he is a prawn. So, but yeah. I mean, he's kind of cool. I like him. Audrey, thanks for the 13 bucks. Muppet Mafia, here to keep the haters rolling in pain. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, by the way. Thank you. Madam Mosa, thanks for the 10. Mimosa money to wash down all those breadsticks. Thank you. It goes well with prawns too. Oh my God. That prawn, it's like, I'm getting down here. Oh my Lord. Elfie, thanks for the 2. It's my birthday. And I had it before Jay-Z came along. Yes. Well, first of all, I want to say happy birthday. I want to bust out the, it's your birthday, and the chat says, hey. Yeah, I love that one too, But I will burst you the other one out too. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Yeah, happy birthday. We all, including the chat and myself, Megan Fox, even though she isn't here, and everyone else. Want your dreams to come true? Yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah. Max Lab, too. I forgot about this. So today we also had something else that has been overshadowed. We had proof that 2L1 had gotten served. So that service actually happened as well. It's so strange. When they talk about stuff, they love to pretend that litigation, if they aim it, just, again, 10 random folks on Facebook. Jane and John Doe's on Facebook. They like to aim that. That's not polyflop, though, right? What this other stuff is. It's so crazy, isn't it? Thank you, Max Lab. I totally forgot about that. Yes, indeed. Man, we got to catch up a bunch of stuff. This chapter right here has been nuts. I think I'm going to do a video talking about the lawsuit too. Patrick, thanks for the 9 months there. Member of the 9 months club, baby. Does that make me one of your Laura Owens triplets? Da-da! You need a Muppet baby. That's what you need. You're like a little bitty baby tuglet. That'll be it. Thanks for the 10. I'd like to table a motion to henceforth only refer to Fat Boy, Greaseball, Ham-Bone, or Redacted Explicit. All in favor. I like paint chips. I like it. I think it's funny. And the reason I like paint chips is because he wrote an article talking about in the third person. He writes these articles where he interviews himself. So it sounds like someone else is interviewing him. And he talks about how he didn't eat paint chips. Why didn't he eat paint chips? Because it cost the government millions to actually catch him. Isn't that funny? I mean, you talk about some crazy stuff. Like this guy, I was like, what? So you're bragging about your criminal past, this horrible fucking stuff that's gone on. Okay, that's weird. Revenge prawn. I did it. No, I didn't do it. Indeed. Instead of Chief, thanks for the 5. Motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction. If she's dumb enough, she's dumber to file it in your state. And I slap her into bankruptcy. Indeed. Actually, I like I said, I like Randy when I say this, okay? I'm not trying to be an ass toward Randy. Randy is very professional. He's very good. He knows this case. He has dedicated a lot of time to it. I have nothing but good things to say about him. For me, if somebody like this wants to move against me, though, like I said, I want someone with teeth too. I'm not saying I wouldn't want Randy on the team as well. That'd be fine. But I want someone with teeth too. I want somebody who is not ever going to stop. And I know Randy will go in for justice. I'm talking about everything on the table about these folks. I want this laid bare. I want to showcase what they do, not to sound insane about it. I want to show like her history of filing bullshit claims and just letting them sit. Her going out in her own statements. I mean, for me, I'm not the one to fuck with because I am not the nice person in that. Like they complaining about people saying, I want to break somebody financially. That's what I want to do. If you're going to come after me, yes. Fuck yes. I want revenge. I do. You think that's bad? You think you wanting to disrupt my life? You think you wanted to play the victim while you put together these sites? I want everything that you put in Bully EXE. I want that shit in the public. If you're going to talk about your public reputation, then I want in documents. When you come after me, I want it laid bare. I'm going to put screenshots in there. I'm going to take the worst offender bullshit out of those Bully EXE videos and I'm going to have them put in there. I'm going to freeze frame. I'm going to pick the freeze frame on each one of them. But I'm going to show not that this person is all of these. Oh, I did these interviews and that's it. No, I'm going to show what you definitely you had. What was it, 4 or 5? I'd have to look again. I can't remember. I think it's 5 of them in another video. Like I said, I'd have to look real quick because I wanted to say 4, but I was like, wait a minute. Let me make sure. I can't remember right off the top of my head. I mean, I've organized. I knew in dealing with that, I knew they'd pull some dumb shit. So I went in and I archived the heck out of everything that she's done. I made sure that I could fit everything in there. We haven't even gotten to old cases yet, really. So, I mean, forget this. But I do not like the idea of some weirdo trying to ruin. Singing Chief, thanks for the team. Are you getting super tips, Tone? I want AI voices. Maybe. I haven't. One of the things that you have to do to have that to work is you have to be able to use a specific site to pull it up. And I'm not sure if it'll work for me because of my signal out here, I've always had signal issues. So, but I'm going to give it a test just to see how it works out. I'm thinking about that though. Deborah, thanks for the 5. You guys say Muppet. I say scary mask with inflated red lipstick. It's just my opinion. Leslie Loser. You're allowed to have, again, they can call us, they can say how people are awful and losers and terrible, all this bullshit. They can say terrible things about people. Again, the best example of what these folks really think was in Bully EXE. But, Cynic and Cheat, thanks for the 2 there. It was Trans Umbrella Girl all along. That's what it sounds like, right? So crazy. Cynic and Cheat, thanks for the 2. Everyone in law too needs a copy of this. Kurt too. I think Sean needs a copy of some stuff. They were mentioning him, by the way. Like I don't think he understood who these people were. And again, he is decent enough not to talk about his clients. So he has not made any personal statements. However, it's fascinating to see that they were discussing Sean behind, you know, like his, how he was supposed to be moving forward. And, you know, it's gross stuff, you know. You know what's crazy? She says in a discussion, you want to see something really crazy? You want to see one that's really nuts, by the way? That Sean's name came up with this. And Sean did not say this, by the way. I do want to make that clear. They just bring him up in it. But that's why I noticed it at first, because I was skipping around. And again, watch Shara's video. Shara Wolf, go watch it. It is not getting many eyes on it because you never know when they're going to happen, you know? And a lot of stuff is happening. So it's so just waiting on Angela. If he claims defamation from the signs calling him an arpist and pretending you put it up and wrote it, him suing over it is an invitation to prove the truth of the statement, which is defense to his claim. His lawsuit makes all evidence against him as an arpist relevant. And then she says, oh my, in my opinion, even a baby arper. And then they bring up Sean. I was like, oh, gross. I wouldn't even want my name in there. I'm not saying Sean said anything, okay? I was like, I wouldn't even want my name brought up by these people. But she called him, in my opinion, even A. So while they're playing around behind the scenes, they're telling people what now? Holy God, man. And if he tried to defend himself, that makes it where they can just smear him. It's like, oh, well, we get to smear you further because you tried to defend yourself from. It's wild, dude. But yeah, I think they all need it there. And again, like I said, there's nothing. There are not, I don't care if a person gets a lawyer. All right. There was discussion, for example, about MP getting a lawyer. It doesn't matter. I do find it fascinating, though, that BBB is running the money through himself. Is that how that's happening? Because he set up the funding thing, which is bizarre, you know. But everybody is allowed to get a lawyer. Everybody. They get the best representation they have. I felt bad for Sean thinking about what he had to work with. You know, there were jokes about how things went in that case. How would you have defended this shit? Honestly. If you were going into that mess, how would you have defended it? So I have no animosity toward just a lawyer who just pops in. I don't even care. They think, you know, they will, of course, get blowback from stuff. Of course they do. If they have stupid stupid conversations, and a lawyer with the big boy pants on can take it. You know, again, Randy, do you see him out here taking shots at these folks? No. A lawyer with the big boy pants on, they can take it. But other ones, well, they apparently can't. Mavia, by the way, thanks. Wait, is Tugs Jugs back on the menu? I know, man. You know, hashtag Tugs Tits and Tugs Jugs. I think it's back, isn't it? Cynic and Cheap, thanks for the 2. LegallyLips.com points to this stream for now. Wow. See, I don't control. You know, they're going to be like, oh my God, that really controls this. I have no idea. It's crazy. Oh my God, what a crap. Damn you. Kim, thanks for the 5. Kim, 2 months there. Tug, would you please make my husband and me muffins from the picture here? I can't see the picture there. You can mail me. And yes, I will. But I can't do it. I need the better quality picture that you send me. That works out. So if you would send me that same picture to, let me post this, okay? It's granularheaven@gmail.com. Mail to this address to me, please. If you would send that to me, I will work on it. I have a few that I need to make. I have not gotten around to yet. Again, we're closing in on 100. I made a few more while we were in this. I mean, they're fun to make. But yeah. Risa, thanks for the 10. Do you think their claim that Tug lives in Florida is an attempt to avoid jurisdiction diversity? Actually, them filing that you're in Florida, it's just a mess. Let's just say that. Like they have their lawsuit is a mess with like again, like Cynic in Chief noted, the jurisdictional issues alone are an absolute mess in this. And then beyond it, you get into anti-SLAPP. I did talk to a couple of pretty cutthroat mofos, by the way. I've been looking at who would be the best to have in now, because again, I want somebody that is going to be a beast. If I have to go into a courtroom, I plan on playing for keeps. Like I say, I'm planning as if this will go forward. I mean, again, I have not been served with anything. I'm apparently a female from, so is J-Hip. So again, what's up? Green Veggies, thanks for the 10 there. It looks like the Botox is affected jaw muscles, causing her to always look like she is ducking on a sausage. Well, you know what I hate? I hate this. And again, I know people out there, I know many of you might do this too. I hate that we live in a society where we can't be comfortable with ourselves. That's one thing. I mean that. All jokes aside, I do mean that for anyone. If you really want, we get a finite amount of years anyway. And becoming comfortable in your body, in your own skin, learning to love yourself. It's very important. So a lot of people don't do that. And you see you see this game of pretend. You know, we see it with the media. Madonna was this huge offender on this. Okay. Madonna, there were images that were put out and you could see like they had heavy filtering. You could see the heavy plastic surgery. They kept talking about how, oh man, she looks like she's 20 something again. Oh my. And then you saw the reality of it. And it was like, oh no, this looks terrible. And you know, if you bring that up, apparently you're a monster. But your face shouldn't, you know, if you mess around too much, your face is going to end up looking like a Halloween mask. Or worse, you're going to make a mess of yourself. And when you do, everyone is supposed to lie to you and to tell you that you're wonderful and that you look great. And I hate that. I hate that we are all supposed to we're supposed to do that. By the way, too, you know the whole cease and desist thing? Yeah, so she's going to mention sending cease and desists out. But the cease and desists, what? The cease and desists there, they weren't ever sent out to any of these groups, were they? If you really had a problem with a group, did you ask them to remove their content? Did you ever contact them and ask them to do anything like that? See, I'm curious about that too. I don't think that group exists anymore, but did you ever ask them? Because she does make the claim that she sent out cease and desist. And I'm like, no, ma'am, you did not send me one. And on top of that, apparently the email address that is noted for the lawyer in question that was on that email, it did not respond. The one that is legally noted. So Mike, by the way, thanks for the 5. I will try to haul millions of us to court. Oh yeah, you know, in Johnny Depp. So they've been bringing up Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Did you know Amber Heard tried that, right? She tried to take 200 people off of. It would have been the first wave, by the way, but she tried to take 200 random people. It's funny because that one of the people that 2Ls has been quoting lately was someone, by the way, this is funny. So when they're trying to tell you that people were paid for services to be part of that, one of the people they're quoting actually was paid for services from Amber Heard. They admitted it. It's part of that. Chris Boozy, it's 100%. He himself admitted to it in articles. But they used this bunk, quote unquote, research to try to unmask over 200 people. And it got shot down and hard. And the same thing will happen, stuff like this. There's nothing whatsoever in those accounts that is going to allow a court to unmask those folks. That's not going to happen. You can't complain because somebody is looking through court documentation. You can't complain because someone calls you a duck face. It's just a mess. But yeah, try. Oh yeah. Becky, thanks for the 2. Breadsticks for connecting the dots. Oh Lord, indeed. And Skipper, what's up, Skipper? By the way, enjoying your puppet. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Doug's, Skipper. Appreciate you, my friend. Susan, thanks for the 5 months. I don't think this lawyer is on quite all there. Yeah, well, I mean, she has talked about her mental health background. Now, myself, I'm not going to remote diagnose, but she herself has talked about her own diagnoses. She, in fact, thinks that makes her immune to criticism because she talks about her ADA. You know, she somehow has ADA, I guess. I guess she thinks she's impervious because of that. And I find that to be interesting because for myself, I have a permanent disability. I've talked about it before. You know, I have a knee problem. It causes me some real issues sometimes. So I have a permanent placard disability for that. But do I think that makes me immune to criticism? No, it's so dumb. Janice, thanks for the 10 there. I'm called a Hogalibs plastic Barbie. Well, people are not. Hey, here's the thing. People, they don't have to be nice to you. They're not obligated to nicety. You know, that whole idea of respect, what do people say? Respect is earned, right? Do you think going in and insulting the people, of course, that she decided that 100% she wanted to throw in with? And again, we find out about Bully EXE. We find out that this person is not just some random party, some random Joe that came to it. No, they're running some pretty awful shit in the background. But saying duck lips, that's bad, right? So, Wanda, thanks for the 5. I'm confused. You want us to call you Miss Tug or Mr. Tug? You can do whichever, you know. You can call me Mr. Miss. I would be I'm like my own complete family there. It's funny, isn't it? Revenge, the prawn. Look at that prawn. It's so angry. Thank you, Megan. I didn't have a pick. I love it. I love that pick. That's funny. Well, thanks for the 5 there. I just realized that I sent a super tip to Megan. This stream is on Tuck's channel. Whoops. Well, hey, thank you for supporting Megan too. She appreciates that. Again, you know, she's dealt with some crazy stuff. I do thank you all specifically too for last night. You helped bring up a terrible subject. Like the prawn joke. I actually thought about the prawn joke yesterday, but that stuff was so awful that it happened. You know, I mean, this person again, they want to hold people accountable for other folks' action, but they wouldn't want to be held accountable for all of that, even though if we walk everything back, it connects to them. How does it connect to them? Well, the discussion about said video starts because of their channel. And all of those actions taken by one paint chip are because there was discussion of reporting it. It was retaliation for it. He said it. He made it clear, by the way. So, I mean, it's kind of wild when you really think about all that. And you shouldn't contact anyone either. These people are garbage. You don't need any fucking contact with them. There's nothing positive they don't bring anything positive to your life. You just sit back and you laugh at the losers. You know, DTG, thanks for the 5. She may have a chance to practice in U.S. District Court soon. It would be pro se. Should be on the big stage. Yeah, that'll be a wonderful discussion again. Just like other people keep saying they're going to file pro se. That'll be a fascinating lawsuit to tune into. Janice, thanks for the 10 there. Glibs, plastic, Barbie. Proofreading skills suck. All this is awful. Again, those are your opinions, by the way. I'm not calling for that. Just to make that sure, people can call you whatever. Do you think that those weirdos in the ecosystem, they have nice things to say about me? No. And as long as they're not walking the doxing and shit, I'm pretty nice about stuff. I don't give a fuck. Like, I've never taken a person down for just insults. Who cares? I mean, ultimately, it takes time off of Jeremy anyway. If they're focusing their vileness toward me, they may leave that guy alone. I can take it. I'm a big kid. Buck Naked thinks of the 5. Am I the only one seeing the article where she's talking about dressing her son as a princess? I did not see that. I did not actually see that article. Send that over to me. I didn't see it. Sinking Chief, thanks for the 2. Who's the better lawyer? Bruce, Leslie, or Dick? Well, I'm going to say, first of all, well, Bruce is still has his, he's still able to practice so far. So I'm going to say by default, if I were going to arrange them, I think they go in the order that you noted. I think BBB ends up at 1. You have paint chips at the bottom. I mean, just because of actions. But Joan, thanks for the 2. Muppet Breadsticks, thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for the 5. Revenge Bomb defends fun. I know we need more prawns. All those prawns. Joyce, thanks for the 2. Ray Bone Crusher, straight up crazy. Well, it's nuts. Again, we have a letter. We talked about this yesterday, just in case you missed this, by the way. So there was a communication yesterday that Ray got involved in, and I found that to be really interesting because Ray, well, you have a letter where, give me 1 second. I'm trying to remember. I wonder if I want to pull that up. I'm trying. I think it's under this one. Give me 1 minute. I'm trying to remember if I put it away or not, or if I have yet to do that. I filed all of this. There it is. Email. I've been very good about name filing lately. So you had an email exchange yesterday. If you missed this is really crazy. All right. Give me 1 second. Ball Python King. I will get back to you in 1 second, my brother. In 1 second. But you have this. So yesterday, you have titled Revenge Prawn, by the way, is sent out from Darth Touch to Jeremy and Megan, saying, you know what? I didn't like that video this much, but now that you're calling it Revenge Prawn, now I think it's genius and I'm going to play it all the time. I'm going to throw it everywhere. I'm going to do all this. Well, you have Ray come back and be like, yo, cool, I'll check it out. So you want to tell me, like, he was tagged in again. He was BCC'd in there. But they want to play the nice, good, godly. I mean, you have an email that comes in titled Revenge Prawn. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to check that out. Gross, man. Right. Ball Python King. Thanks for the 6 months. How can you tell when a blonde is a computer on a white out on the screen? Yeah, I remember that joke. I loved all those. Like the old school insults are really funny. Dude, I love those. Joyce, thanks for the 5. Megan Apply. Oh, you were talking about that. I'll send this over. Oily liquid, vitamin E, rapid cause, it'll heal. Silver cream. I'll clip that and see if it's something she's trying. Give me a minute. I will clip that. Rhea Rye, thanks for the 2. Megan fell down. Megan really did fall down. Yes, she did. And Susan, thanks for the 5. Can't believe they found another lawyer. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's an army of these people, I guess. Skipper Trucking, thanks for the 5. Who's starting the GoFundMe to get a ball to put Megan in to keep her safe from herself? I know it's gonna be like Bubble Boy. You remember that movie? Except Megan's gonna be inside of it. That's funny. Darlene, thanks for the 2. Sue for intentional infliction of laughter, Megan. And there you go, for sure. I mean, seriously, it's so bizarre. Again, she admits that the revenge prawn, like the way that she worded that, is so weird. It is so weird to me, because she's like, actually this other person made that, that revenge prawn. It wasn't me. By the way, it was like, why would you write it like that? One second. I'm making a picture of a Muppet. I'm making Muppet pictures. If you run across if you want to make a Muppet, by the way, what you need to tell it, the thing, AI is a jerk about doing what you want to do. And it'll be like, those are people. You can't do that to them. What you need to do is you need to tell it, make this AI picture a Muppet. So you're just telling it's AI. Muppet Man, Dwayne, thanks for the 5 there. Megan, one of those aliens trip you up. Say why you put them in the sitting trash bags. Oh man, you remember that Independence Day where Will Smith he's dragging one of the ants. He's talking about how bad they stink. Maybe if he had scented trash bags, it would have helped out. Maybe that's what he needed in the moment. Amanda, thanks for the 2. Tongue, I sent you 2 links by Darth Touch. I'll have to check it out there. Tracy, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships too. Thank you, Tracy. It's much appreciated. Lori, thanks for the 20 there. Toward the girls' fair funds. Indeed, they are excited about the fair. Both of them. I'm telling you, I'm kind of excited about the fair somewhat. Just to be honest, I like the fair too. So when it rolls around, it's not close, but when it gets here, I'll tell you all about it. That'll be good. Jesse, thanks for the 10. I also throw this in here. First-hand account. Cut a fresh tomato in half, put it on your burn, leave it there for about 5 minutes. Use the other half, the acid in the tomato, neutralizes the burn. Old school tricks. That's cool. I keep an aloe plant too. I have my own aloe plant. I don't know how many. Do all you still do stuff like that? Do you keep like an aloe plant in your house? I have aloe plant that I keep, and also 1 minute. I'm sending back Muppets to people as I go. Yeah. If you're, again, there's so many of you folks that are like, hey, Muppets. Again, you can make Muppets if you want to be able to play around and to enjoy making Muppets too. You should check out how to do it. Not again, I don't care to do this for you. That's not what I'm saying here. But you should check out how to do it, because you can change up your pictures, And when you change up your pictures, you can have a lot of fun with it. Some of your it's fun though. Like I am, by the way, deleting all of your pictures after you send them to me. So everything's good to go. I'm doing everything to protect your family members too. Some of you have family members there. Make this AI pick a Muppet family. Okay. 1 second. But I do. I mean, again, I appreciate all of y'all. So I'm doing that for y'all too, because you all, again, it's fun. We all get to have together. Andre, thanks for the 2. Why does Misfits come out looking for us? For well, they think they're going to get that payday. That's what they want. They want that, you know? That's what they think. They think easy payday. Jeremy Hales would be an easy payday. Paul, thanks for the 5. She's trying to submit to validate for other lawsuits. Yeah, well, she's going to have a mess with that stuff is what she's going to have. She's going to have a real mess with that. Because what she's done in the past, she's decided, I mean, she's sued family and everything. It's crazy stuff, man. Oh, by the way, Lauren, I love that design too, man. I really do love that. Hey, Zeus, thanks for the 10. Hey, Tuggy Megan, here's some breadsticks for cold. Maybe she's full of maybe he, I don't know. The way everything, you know, with me being called a she and a he, I'm confused. I don't know what's real anymore. You know, I don't know who is a what or what is a not. I don't know. You know, it seems weird. Night Owl, thanks for the 2. Love you too. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Night Owl. Appreciate you. Colleen, thanks for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Colleen. That is awesome. Appreciate you. Liz, what up, Liz? I love your Muppet too, Liz. Appreciate you there. Thanks for the 50. Funds for you, Doug. Thank you. That is much appreciated. Deborah, thanks for the 5. Megan, you have God-given beauty. Just plastic surgeon hacksaw kind of look. You know, actually, she has old pictures, and no, not to be ugly or anything. I mean, she looked bad in those. You know, again, I'm very careful in how I say this, but she didn't or anything. I think that after a while, people chase youth, and it's a sad reality. There are a lot of people that do that. I've been sitting here. I've made 6 Muppet pictures, like while we've just been sitting here doing super chats. Again, I realize I slow down a little bit while I'm doing it, but Lord, you know, remember, there are some of us out there that are good with technology, some of us that are not good with technology, and we all come together and help each other out with stuff like this. Again, we have fun. I may have to ask again. I lost somebody mailed me in the last day, and I can't remember. I think I lost somebody's. I can't remember who did it. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, I found it. Never mind. I lost somebody's request, and I was not happy about it. You know? I was looking for it there. SF, thanks for the 2. Send us the Shara vid. That'll boost it, LOL. Actually, you need to go over to Shara Wolf for the channel anyway. Watch all videos. All of them, you know, her videos. We will watch it though live. We will go through, look at everything. But Shara does a good video. She has a lot of information that is very relevant, that is stacked in those videos. And this time, she didn't get a lot of views on this one because her uploads, you know, with her, she's not chasing views or anything. You can tell that for sure. You know, she puts out things as they come up, and that's good. You know, I'm glad that she does things for the right reason. The only thing that sucks about it is that the algorithm punishes you and severely if you don't play its game. So she didn't get a lot of hits on that because, again, people have no idea what's coming up. And I don't know how the tagging or anything else is on it either. Angela, thanks for the 10. Tonight's question: how can they have a GoFundMe for LMNOP's attorney retainer fees yet still owe courts in Ohio? Could Jeremy attach that fund to collect was owed? That's actually a good question. I don't know. That's a very fascinating question, though. Maybe that's why they're not letting money go through into her hands. You know, again, I feel like people are gaming, like they are playing a pretty messed up game where they're like, she doesn't actually have money, wink wink, nod nod. You know that, right? Wink wink. Just a Muppet. It's kind of gross, just to be honest. 1 minute. Smitty, Thanks for the 5. Kermit, welcome to the Muppet Show. I can't do a Kermit, despite our lack of funding lately. Our spirits are good to cuts off. Monster breadsticks, you try indeed. That monster, that monster Doug. Ninny, what's up? Thanks for the 6 months there. Not only is Kentucky a commonwealth, but a slap is awesome. Go after DUI guy. I dare you. They are doing everything they can to go after DUI guy. That's the gross thing. Like they did do everything. You know, in that lawsuit, they went after him for personal vendetta. That's what Bruce does. He has a personal vendetta against DUI guy. DUI guy again. That's why, you know, honestly, he was nice to a random person out there. For me, that's what ruins being nice to random people. I'm not nice a lot of times to randos simply because of that. And I don't mean anything, like, I don't mean to be a jerk when I say that. I need you to understand, like, when people are like, hey, will you do blah, blah, blah? You know, can you help me out with blah, blah, blah? People are, you can understand why people don't want to help out random folks. And it sucks. It's not the fault of a random person, but at the same time, you know, he went out, he was going to have Bruce on. He was going to promote his mac and cheese, but decided, you know, for whatever reason, I'm not going to do that. Because he entertained talking to him at all. He humored him. He has had to put up with this bullshit for all this time. That's why, again, you know, over time, I become more and more of an asshole. I become disappointed with a lot of folks. Whether, you know, and again, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm just saying, you know, when you look at it, you can see why a person would be like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to help anybody. You know, make this a Muppet. You just understand it. It's so crazy though. But I mean, he's admitted it over and over again. Lori, thanks for the 9 months. Going to say goodnight. Appreciate you there. You know, enjoy the rest of the evening. Prayers, good thoughts for all. Well, hey, love to you. Appreciate you. Andrea, thanks for the 20 there. Drinks for all. Woohoo! Drinks for all, baby. And Tinsel, thanks for the, give me a second here. I got to take a pill right now. Give me a minute. I can feel when they wear off. Oh, Lord. Just give me a minute. It's going to take me a second. I got to let this thing dissolve in my mouth a little bit. I hate to do that, but like I said, just give me a second. When they wear off, I feel a lightheadedness creep out. That's awful, man. You know, as soon as I take one, though, if I let it, it's kicking in again. But that Midodrine, what's crazy about it is, right when it wears off, man, I can just feel that blood pressure like bottom out. Bam! You know, get lightheaded, tunnel vision. It's like, oh God. Take one. When I take it, if I let it dissolve just a little bit, like if I'm having a feeling like that, it's almost like right off the bat, bam, hits me again, you know, and it deals with that. But it's wild. All that stuff is there. Tinsel, thanks for the 50 there. Sorry, have to do replay crew. Work, busy day, never apologize for having to work. Appreciate you there. Miss Lots, love you guys. Keep the Muppet Mafia rolling. We are all man and behind you. Love from Australia. I understand. You already know it's late here, okay? Just to be honest, it gets late here, so it's very late in other places. You know, lives. You know, that's why we have replays. But I do appreciate you all. And here, I think it's a lot more fun when we get to goof off live, but at the same time, we do whatever we need to. All right, thanks for the 5. I could have sworn you had an OF page. Well, there were comments about that. She says no. Though she says no, there was commentary stating in lawsuits, yes, but again, I don't know. I've not looked for it. I have no answer for that at all. Cynic Chief, thanks for the 2. Zieski, tired stands for retired or another R word. Well, I think that I think it would be disappointing to find out if I were in the ecosystem. I guess I would put it this way. I'd be very disappointed in the ecosystem to find out that the people that I had been soliciting legal opinions from, I mean, look at that. Again, if you take their word on what has happened with them, would you be happy that you're like, yeah, I want to take their advice? I mean, honestly, would you feel happy with that group of lawyers? Would you feel happy at all? DTG, thanks for the 2. Looks like BBB has a promising career as a VTuber. Ooh. And Wolfman, thanks for the 2. Megan and Tug, praying for you. And what the hell's? Yeah, like I said, I hate this stuff for Jeremy. It's just another crazy thing they pointed at him. They point another crazy person at him. They load the chamber and they fire away. Carbon Lips, thanks for the 3. Run as fast as you can. Lips on legs, he's chasing you, man. That's funny. Oh, I like it. Oh man, hey, another Muppet. Oh man, this one came out purple. This is the first Muppet I've had come out purple, so that's good. You know, that's random. I realize most of the Muppets that I make, though, they come out the regular, Muppet colors. The flesh colors. So when we get a purple one, that's actually cool. You'll know who I'm talking about when it comes to you, by the way. I like that all of you have enjoyed that. J-Hip did some props, by the way. J-Hip, he's taking lumps. These people have come after him. It's nuts. Bernice, thanks for the 32 months. Hey, Tug, I hope all is well. It's been a while since I got a live stream. Well, I'm glad to have you, Bernice. This has been one for sure. James, thanks for the 5. Yeah, Plea 1 was served 7th of May. Federal court case 2. Yes, that is that was noted in filings, by the way. We actually have filings that are stating that now. So, Candace, thanks for the 10 there. There's a rumor that JH is getting sued because of things he posted about HG. And if that happens, could Jeremy Hale introduce the adoption documents? Riddled with lies. Actually, what he could post, again, he could actually note, well, it depends on what's stated, okay? That you can go about them in different ways. Like, I don't know if it's a lawsuit that's based on the adoption. I've never, as I've said before, I've never looked at the adoption thing. I don't know about the adoption records or any of that. The only thing I've ever talked about, and this would be the portion I would comment on, is red flags that other people have brought up, like with LP bringing up red flags in her own household. That could definitely end up with something that would need explaining. But it depends on what the allegations are. As far as it also, the problem too, like, again, if they're looking for headlines, that's a headline hunter is what that is. It's, oh my goodness, look at this YouTuber versus a child. That's what they will go with. But the issue is it allows the introduction of anything that has been said, particularly about people, like I said, Cook, by anything that Preston has stated. And I wonder everything that Hales has documented across the line, because there's a lot. And that stuff by itself would cause concern. Like, with the adoption thing, I didn't get into that just because, I'm not making comment pro or con on any of that either. I thought that the true red flag, again, were statements that were being made within the household there. It's frightening that for a long time, somebody has been making statements about someone being an abuser, someone being a monster, them saying they wouldn't report it anymore, though. And then having people excuse that, it disturbs me too, because again, I'm not saying there's any validity to those claims. It is not my responsibility to investigate them, nor should you bring up any. I'm not telling you to contact anyone. In fact, I'm telling you to do the opposite. Do not contact people. In that, though, the excuses that are brought up, what worries me with something like that is that nobody would take a claim seriously. With everything that's gone on, ultimately, the ecosystem will never take any type of claim like that seriously, ever. And they were made by the person. Again, you had even Shar that was around make statements saying, yo, I'm worried about this stuff, and was told just, shut up and eat it. Eat your concern, according to her. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up with it there. 2012, thanks for the 2 there. I have name, lawyer you might like. We'll see about that then. I want a name that will scare the shit out of them. I want them to be like, oh my God, that lawyer is a monster. I do. Seriously, I want a lawyer that they're like, oh my God, that person scares me. Because fucking around with me, I want to make the point that, you don't come after me. You don't mess with myself or, and again, I think Randy's a great lawyer. When I say that, I'm not saying anything negative there. In fact, I'd want Randy on a team for sure. I want a headhunter too. I want a beast. I want somebody that it is known as, again, you can be professional and still be a headhunter too. There's a different type, but Randy he has a specific type of practice that he does. And, typically a lawyer doesn't run into the type of lawyers that he's run into. These people that they try to ruin him. It's nuts. So let's see. Rosilla, thanks for the 9 months. Wait till begging is a super tip that Decade dared me to make. Oh no, we'll see it. Mail, what's up, Mail? Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for the 5. There's not a statement, but that is its own statement. Thank you. Appreciate you. Maybe not. Thanks for the 5 there. I use white vinegar on burns obtained in the kitchen. I use witch hazel peroxide on sunburns. I never get burned by the sun because I try to stay away from it these days. I used to really do a lot with them, but not as much now. Andrea, thanks for the 8 months there. I had a fight with Grok about turning my poodle into a Muppet. Did it tell you it wouldn't do it because of it? Here's what you tell it again. If you go with Grok does terrible Muppets, by the way. I would show you some of the fails. I tried to do, I would show you an example, but unfortunately I'd have to show it with a person. But there was one lady, like they're very, very pretty, like skinny, very like had a very thin neck and everything. And the reason I mentioned this is this point. When Grok did it, it made her a Muppet, but it made it look like she had some kind of vulture neck. It had like 4 folds that went around. They look like giant fat folds. I was like, what in the world is this? If I sent that to some woman, no woman would appreciate that. No way am I sending that to a woman. There is no way. Oh, I couldn't believe that though. I was like, are you kidding me? It didn't really sending me this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to redirect. Give me a minute here. Let me see. I'm sure Shizzy has to be live, right? Shizzy with. Let's see. Yes, Shizzy. Shizzy. He is live. So I'm going to redirect you guys to Shizzy. Make sure that you tell him Tug sent you. I appreciate you all too. We're going to be on Megan's channel tomorrow. We will have a lot of fun talking about whatever comes up. Actually, we'll finish this and God knows what more. I can't even keep up. I'm behind on stuff. That's the thing that's nuts right now. I am behind on some stuff, but I'm redirecting you. So go to give love to Shizzy. Yeah, I appreciate the heck out of all of you. Thank you.